for cra and a radiadum tea what they are shassie no the month of July ye de akwakogun ya shabo so me for frase bo so me atoso nwotwe e wa afimu no ene ne da edi kan no si aba pa osima na duonu ya tena se anope ya go kan se ho nsem ene ye de bra wo Robert Mensah Sports free summary kopem se no nkono bebo no nsima hodo ya boabo no ya ba bebo chire etumi e de amount ye be kwa ma no ne ya ba ko hwe ho nsem no pre-season no egusua e koso and rather some interesting matches about so Arsenal yay Arsenal afi ase mojidi omupa o but anu ade mi hu ye no mani anye mi kara teta obetuma ya dwuma ini Arsenal ateta next season so obetuma wie season panie enu ankofo obo ateta chi enu a game no ankofo ahu ni say Victor Gyökeres bo madi anya of course we anya official unofficial debut de ma Arsenal team no ba wa memontem na no so ankofo obo ateta chi enu a de si Arsenal game am no Tottenham Hotspur boy no ye de mun sem no de beba na enu Kudus Mohammed sunya kwanya gina mu sia kan be de ma Spurs the performance na to say ye de beba na enu ya basafo o ma kwachi nkrofo bi say ya wo hono ma sha almost 7-3 ya menei da me ya ma se nya no mo ana mo bo na chi won the first game mo no mo me bo na chi ai la me ya ma kasa nkrofo se akoda yi onya ontiatia break ni ade o ye de mon send beba weekend Chelsea for mo be resume mo be back because any dia na do so mo be back any other clubs no mo return over the weekend no for pre-season no ye de mon send be to dwa at media amount transfers na koso Alexander Isaac he say ni ase akura no ye traitor we Judas we team no ama say o Real Sociedad e hono ma facility no we dey training or so we den mo Newcastle come next season munya na me call ye Liverpool aye nsem pi ye ho nsem no ye de beba the battle for Benjamin Sesko so koso between Manchester United and Newcastle team no so nkomo no ye de beba Gianluigi Donnarumma goalkeeper for PSG no Man U for make request na ho nsem no ye de ni na e de eba any all other issues or transfers ni mo no ye de betu dwa etumi enso e de ama won krofo amanso wi e bebe fie every Friday ye baba be share experience no and Friday e wo the first segment ye be di nkomo e ya de to da bia ye tournament ase say World Cup say AFCON say mpo ye bo Champions League competitions and I say ne ye boy ye the league no e to da bia the winning team no and a team e born ho modene pa no ye bobo mo ye ade ni din ade some certain players be say eya na ye mo mu di ye ka so me underrated you can clearly see say team here a G cup team here ya ade team here qualify sa branch we pa mo de mo ka ho bi pa e no mo qualify ye ba say na the aura around those players no say ya na chida ni surunti no ye bobo din a ye mo mu din ka ho some underrated players what do we near who ever since I would do football no achi oh well me na how Cape Coast say not dwarf say qualify to the Premier League gonna do time or no there are certain players be more money kon kan pa ba say the bobo din a mo din ka ho ye na Sharks say qualify to the Premier League there were some players be no mu a they performed so well but the body ni no a ye mo din ka ho Chelsea winning the Champions League for the first time no ye bobo players be din bi obi mu shemu a ye mo din ba na performance no who ne say na ekon kan ye pa eso wani Ghana call World Cup ase 2010 ye kopie mu the quarter final Suarez ye ema ye free mo no some players bo mu a utumi hu say na mo bom mo madine but ase ye bobo bi mu din a na so ne din no ase na kwa share chire ba bi some underrated players wa hu wo mo ene ye ka ho asemi ena no pay ye pesa we di omu din e de mai na fe ye bo mu din ka kam sampa no cross omonso bobo bi omonso si so ya adwuma no ba ye bodini no ase ya na ye refi wo mo some underrated players no pay ye ba be kaka o me kumase asante koroko emra bi ba omo J League no there certain players be na omo no omo ye adwuma no pa ba ye se ye body no ye mo omo di nka ho ana has of folk battalions so no bo modene no there were some players be as a recognition yet me amfa ma omo sa asana mo hihya omo na do ma fiafia ho but not they were integral members to you no omo deserve all the recognition. We are talking about some underrated players a odi wani ehu omo mamenya o message on 0244 743-143 0244 743-143 Barcelona team bi Madrid team bi a Champions League bi Abrantie bay na ugiri say the hype around him no din no ya money din na nka ho bebre player bay mamenya wo de no at least 3 names obetumi abono mamenya on 0244 743-143 0244 743-143 after that we have a lot to discuss NSA boss say baba yara no enyo baba yara enyina ye kura enyina ye kolokone Gold Stars in Africa wọ́n bọ́ no hifani baba yara enyina yie no yɛde ho nsɛm no ɛde bɛba ɛwɔ show yi so sounds na nei onim say police ladies ɔmo na bɛgya Ghana na mu wɔ ma no ɛyɛ Champions League ni mu ana before that ɔmo bɔ wafu zombi preparations na hyase ho nsɛm no yɛde bɛba ɛwɔ dwumadi so the big news nie Ghana Football Association say ɔmo new production partnership next season league no yɛba betwa ne yɛ twa ne fɛfɛɛfɛ sika wom this deal enra efe ne pa ho ntoma no a conversation do one and ebe center on that this and many more yeah they ba will show you so kai say live on Facebook and pay Kastle 90.3 FM Cape Coast join the show no Facebook and pay should be mommy like and share for comments ne bra making kind and so at the amount it would ready so
the real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley.
Kastle the Sports King.
Meda say anopay say fidie no da Kastle 90.3 FM. Now it's here Robert Mensah Sports. Ishmael, I hope say manya Ishmael akotop kraba market here ya so what around here ya. Anopay bia wutie show no meda say sabre bia wutie show making number 1. Now about the rules man for etibie yeda say. Na yan fast dan fama eye wa nso ofia anopay waje bra wusutie wa nam kwan so akwadwuma. Drivers no amutu kwan kokuma se kwa nkranta krade abie mu a obi atie bi wo car ni mu no eche mu nyaba ne fa mu nyankodura asomdwe mu na ye new month erade na anya adom na fedio said the one hwe so ama the 7 months na besna kono ohwe so na fedio aka nyina no enko na wie week na watwe mu na se ne bosomi mu ne ye de asie no so bia na ma ne mra mu mayen na wanye adom na akwanhia bia ne amane bia wo ye ni mu bosomi mu no ono entwitwa emu emfa mayen onkwa kraye ya hweje nsoma ya nigie mane nsie ye obusomi mu wona adom nti amen ntero pai ye da radio say said aside the 8th month ye hu no na ye we share nyɛ happy new month no na make I will say bora mu betway sisi betway scratch and win no but betway force brand be bet ho no come on say betway ho de kwa leaks ne ba be hyase ubenya bet ni bia bet wenya sika no bi so wadi wo ho enti say casino game so say sport so bet wo betway ho betway.com.gh no bet wo no ma benya kwenya na won so atumenya sika ni bi ade wo mo hye ni na de mo woko dwumade no so ne regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. I bet the responsible way no betway force gets way more menka won so say ne lonat malaria do etu malaria say anopay hu se hu so ye hu ne say malaria no na ya chewa ma honya ha na eje eye lonat edro ni bi but the kind test ne hwe oye na sampa malaria mo ni bi na ha wa duro ba kwa beno mo no eye lonat me kan for the amount GBCC e best kata malaria no e the amount koda no mpanyifo no FDA age duro no etumi e de atom menka wo say high sense there de bia come asem send papa fie ni ho no ntinei hope quality electronic appliance men hebe bia boramo high sense showroom ben wo na kwaje wo de TV ni refrigerator ni gas cooker and washing machine smartphones sound system no kettle iron blender just name them ebuso showroom so efe ya so ebo asiesie ne kama pa ena ntwe nyam kanea no ebo no so de eda fombo kopa nti jodi sisi o Cape Coast o Central Region hanoma obekoma nkesim he ya Blue Ace Restaurant wan take ya kona kwaje odi Ghana afna ha ba bia high sense e wo ho enu nti friend 0302 55 00 0302 55 00 high sense everyday prices for everyday people young quiet telecell niye Telecell, too much money promo no. Koso. Telecell for say. But modia na chance say ne ugusua o reload do na say ne bundle no we be 5 cities going, you know. Oh your bundle from 5 cities going. Unya kwenya I get into the draw. daily no obenya 100 Ghana cedis edi de bia 100 Ghana da ho de ma weekly no ye check 20,000 cedis ye de ma nya wo ni obi na ekocho 20,000 cedis ne da ho a ye de ma ye tam nyina de ma na wotwe bia grand prize na 1.2 million cedis no ka say ye nya over 3,000 people o manya 100 Ghana ni bia die ye were 23 lucky winners a o manya 20,000 ni bia die enti bomodin aka sort of bottle is abusua no fa phone no but star 500 hash star 500 hash anako play store ne app store na ko download the Telisa Play app no shase say wo de bomodin ay reload no from 5 Ghana going no bundle no from 5 Ghana going no nya kwanya I get into the draw Telisa I connecting energy. See where mama pa wani hu ade ye wani so wisi ade yes wani so wani ekokọ pusaposa wani eni hu yade bia no fa koda in 31st Health Clinic come na be boa no matumi asa wo yade am wani no so ate wan am hu ade ye wo mo de wo ye eye specialist me kire say wo mo de eni hu yade nko an mo hwe said the anity bia and fakoda wo doctors ebe show okoma nkasi ma school kasim opposite for junction okọ asimfo so afosu kro mo ben Presby Church no aguna swedro bypass in Kubem na ba Cape Coast so a wo mo ewo Kastle FM yanim hanum ya mo yanim ha ya Kastle FM so ye wo municipal down ha ya na ye wo municipal assembly down ha ya na ye wo enti bra doctor wo yanim ha ya kokole ponencha no bra na ho wani ho ma bibia be kama enso atumi e dia ma bobonde ya na fra homai 0559 999543 0559 999543 wo fra doctor ebeje wo sunafi wani ho yade bia no watumi enso asa etumi e de amount na yakwa amanone ne honsem no FKK aboatwe e de amaye kaisa no pay di nkomo underrated players a wahu wo mo World Cup winning team AFCON winning team a good performing team bia what means and a performance na kon kan pa na player bi wo mu a ye bobo bodini no ya na ye money din fa nka ho ama ye kon mo ye ade e team ni kodu sam pempenso no a ye mo sa player ni din emre bi atwa mu na hu no na player bay na team be no obo mo ye dai na die na wo ye so wani nti a wo yiri se na wasenke boni din de kan ho a ya mo ne din amfa nka ho be be phone lines na tum na do de atumi de ababa for the meantime de send ne din ne fa bra yen so de om din bra yen so me no me ye miensa place bi a mo de mo ne konkan ba ye bubo bodini na na ebodini no a ye refi o mo say maybe ba ya mo so no e be ye adwuma ye papa enso de my team bi some underrated players no pay ye ka o mo ho asem no mame o message no say a text message say a WhatsApp message no Fafa 0244 743 143 0244 743 143 Foul message no efa hobra making kind etumi edi ama e will show you so it's 33 minutes past 6 FKK dia call and Crawford amine so na girl same loyalty promotion no dia ye de ahehye so enti momodin register to see wo girl station bi ben wo say Pedu girl UCC Adisadel abia sede no Siudu Abra Stadium hono mo Mankesim adwuma ko bremane sikuma bakano ko register sie nenya wo tally card no na wo tally card no debia akona koto ofu ono ane ekeka ne ma ekeka mu a achede e betam de ama wo no eswani pa anti bomade atofu ono se fu ho no e so quality fu no etoma no with a good customer service enti kogol fuel station bi e ben wo koto ofu o renya wo e wo register sie nenya wo tally card na achede no electronic appliances e baba chede ama wo Christmas hampers e wo mu any fuel coupons ni t-shirts a ye be chede ama wo no esewani enti bomade atofu no from girl na kose na you be register na nya tally card na boa na chede piedi akire no won so nsa etumi akabie yanko amano ne na fe no pay in the next 20 to 25 minutes FKK nkoma hodo a waboabo no de free Crawford amine so no won fa entudwa entumi enfama ye
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
kastlefm. The sports king.
I got my power, I got experience, I got do everything too much. And the old man who want to challenge me, hey, I'm okay here. This is my national flag. I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of Africa. Oh, you know, man, I'm too bad, baby. Bad, baby.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
35 minutes past 6 on Kastle 90.3 FM. Yenko Enkrofo Amine Sona Fe and Samo FKK Abuabua no Omoetri Emfa Emaye FKK. Good morning.
Good morning.
Anope bibia ye boko die. Ye da erade ase anope na Friday. And na new month so ni ashasi in the month of August. And I ashasi ntino. Happy new month to you eh.
Happy new month.
Yeah.
Happy new month.
Happy new month. Happy new month. I was saying na ye sound kwan.
Sir.
I saying and there's sound kwan.
Maybe I some.
Ah, there be sound kwan. I'm na there be sound kwan. Ah, there be sound kwan. Hey, this is na we do any pa on am for me. Hey. Wo mom ye kwan ma wo ho.
Me some kwan nya.
So we so ni kwan ye ntia. You okay. Ya kwa mo na nemre na Friday morning the abo no fatu jama.
Definitely some no be brave or hard on fresh chest no. Ya be boy chire and friendly games no continue nra e bi e ba so sanso na Roma prelims Europa League qualifications no ya de omo qualifying so ekwanim no and so etimi e dia bro live on Facebook Kastle 90.3 FM comment like na e share yen share na yemfa resource no emfa emma dia Europa League qualification say na esi etie AEK Eyelanaka enra mo etime fie hye kanem yenu emma NK Sergey Amonso so etimo bako 3-2 Lanaka for na qualifier common haken so eshe 2-1 almost one qualification over Anderlecht almost aircall na Ubo Romudia CFR Cluj eshe bako 1-0 over air both legs no eno air scoreline a PM almost aircall money over Lugano Sanso and FC Utrecht eshe Kano and 9 Okambuma 7-2 and almost one qualification over AFC Sheriff. Now Shakhtar Donetsk ebo 2 goals and 6-2. And almost so I qualify over a Besiktas Bobo na almost so etimi ade ko man Messi Braha and so eshe bako Levski for no entimi anti 1-0 Braga for no and so etimi ade ko man Sanso na FC Midtjylland eko shemienu Emma Hibenian etie bako ewo fio Kamboma 3-2 ade a FC Midtjylland for no so nya qualification no eko monim Legia Warsaw eshe 2 Emma ye Banik Ostrava almost so eshe bako 4-3 Legia Warsaw for no enya qualification also etimi at the air call morning the Europa League no sana hon sem no so AC air kokoye e wo na ukọ air conference la yim akese ni bi almost enya qualification no AZ Hakma omo ekọ omo enim to the next stage sanso ena Roma St Patrick's Athletic almost so air call morning Omonia Nicosia enya qualification almost so ekọ Dundee United so ekọ omo enim enso ewonom yade a FC Astana so ekọ sanso ena kokopiem dia Better Jerusalem ekọ morning Brøndby IF enso ekọ morning sanso ena eye Başakşehir so from Turkey almost so ekọ AEK Athens ekọ morning sanso ena Boboko from Sekeborg almost so ekọ morning Viking enya qualification Maccabi Haifa so enya qualification no enso so ekọ morning Aris Limassol so enya qualification Santa Clara ekọ Sparta Prague ekọ Hammarby so enya qualification a omo so etimi ekọ na Jagiellonia for no eyade omo so enya qualification Rapid Vienna ekọ mo enim enso ehonoma we any ahodo bi akeka ho amu nyina no so no enso etimi ade kwa menka se Hanjut Split for no so enya qualification omo so etimi ekọ Partizan Belgrade enso ekọ Shamrock Rovers enso enya qualification omo so etimi ekọ ntiwe Conference League no so no ehun sem say the city na friendly games no say ne say kwa St. Louis City etna ho ema ne Aston Villa twomo e kanu mienu ema mo so etiemu e baako e wo ho na okwa Aston Villa for Morgan Rogers and so Oli Watkins ne bought 2 goals no e de ema yes Monaco e share 3 e ya de Aboboko from Torino and so etiemu baako Balogun e share bi Watara Sanso na Brantia Fen Mawisa omo ene bought 3 goals no so etimi e de ma AS Roma Mayoka ene Palmer Kote 1-1 AC Milan e share 9 Emma Pet Glory omo entimi anti bi enso e worom Terraciano e Bobby Okafu Noah about 2 goals ewo Sanso ena Komoto ebo penalty Eshebi Chukwueze Eshebi Rafael about 2 goals Richie edibi episo Sanso ena Kokopiom dia Brantia ono nso so ye friend Eunice Musa enso edibi episo edi Emma Milana 9 ena omo share Basa Eshenso FCCO enso etimo miensa ti 10 goal thriller no sana esie kwa Basa famu enso Robert Lewandowski ebo Bilame Yama ebo 2 goals Christiansen edibi episo Ferran Torres enso so Eshebia Gavi enso share last goal no enso etimi Adoma FC Barca Arsenal ade omo edincho ewo ye Tottenham for ensa no papesa Brantia no oposo ntra no papa nra obogo kama 45th minute Edema Tottenham Arsenal for ye omo entimi antisa ekano enso ewo kudus twetwe omo sa yes Roma ebo 3 goals Emma Kane omo nso so entimi antibi ewo ho Abrantia ye friend Stefan Sharanri ono ebogo ni bi Artem Dovbik edibi episo Sanso ena kokopiema Abrantia ono nso so eche anase enche kra no akwakopium from Premier League Ivan Ferguson ono nso so eche last goal no edi Emma AS Roma Levante ani Acacia enso so etimi boy 0-0 ne ko ewie ye Villarreal enso so etimi eche bako Genoa eche 3 Sanso ena Roma Real Oviedo omonso enhye Emma Villarreal won second team no omonso so entimi anhye bi ewo ho ene games ni bi Basel Erche 8:30 a.m. anope omani Alali ebo Werder Bremen any Hoffenheim so ebetimi abo Sanso ena kokopiom dia Crystal Palace any Augsburg ebebo Sanso ena Fortuna Sittard omonso so any Boboko from Leverkusen enso ebetimi abo na Victoria de Guimarães enso ebo Celta Vigo 7 p.m. that game no enso ebetimi aba so ewo honom na yentoa so enkoye nim enra ade after Barca game no Lamine Yamal was scoring goals with number 10 at my back no a dream come true and also tete and small can enso etimi ade fa ho ewo enra ne performance Ferran Torres say go no nyina and said the piano on be winning titles and tene treble last year omo ensa kan Sanso na ne omo hwese Champions League no this season there omo so betimi age Ferran Torres ono nso ni sama ono nso kan the fact given a Barca one club president one Laporta Lamine Yamal or strong personality uhwe ne attitude na ewo soro etise Lionel Messi ohonom se de no si eye ne nyoma no na ya de branch na dwum no adoyi popopasa sa na ohu Lamine Yamal entiene uhwe the type of free player oye na bi enta ensi bebre ba ku bi no ababa befem eno nkyirema one Laporta so etimi aka de afa branch na o se oye genius eno do timi de aba enso ewo honom na yenko na yen react won coach Hansi Flick ekasa ya assess ni team no after game almost we boy na boy Gavi about sa branch no captain ye the performance and the attitude no e dey na ni so pa.
We saw Gavi at the end of the last season really good. When I remember in Bilbao he played a fantastic match, but also today he came in. For it was clear that he played 30 minutes and then we want to change, but as a captain he showed how it means, and this is what I want to see, exactly this, always pushing the team, and it's really good to see that he's on this level.
Yes, yentia kwen ofa so edin the right attitude no as captain e pushi influence in the teammate no Emma Basafo e win no eno e ade na ni gyen wase coach no e ensema Hansi Flick so e kan yen so etimi de e fa e sansem no na yen to so Thomas Frank ono so e kasa e de fa winner ono so enya over Arsenal Boboko no.
I think the 1-0 score against Arsenal is absolutely beautiful score, and yes, it is a friendly, but it was a very competitive match. So I also said before the game that games against Arsenal are never friendly. It's, it means everything, but you could see actually really respect to both teams for their competitiveness in the game. It was very, very competitive. I was extremely happy with our first half. I think that first half was completely even in many ways. I loved the way the team performed, and throughout the game the defensive structure was top. In the second half I felt we defended a little bit too much, but there were some tired bodies on the pitch, and also sometimes the nature of the game when you're up 1-0, the other team are sometimes pushing a bit more. But some of the defensive principles in high pressure, especially the first half, was really good. The mid block where everyone defend together, and also the lower, and also the emergency defending, especially in the end, was top class. The desire was really good. We talk about that clean sheet mentality is a big thing we need to add to the team. Of course, we need to play forward and play brave and aggressive and offensive, but we need the other bit if we want to win enough football matches.
Yes, yentene adia nani eje any performance no mo put up no eno ye Thomas Frank and some kind so etime found so hwe said the nyoma sie kɔ na edru baby no second half no baby na say ni team no a defend dodo into ohun say omo abre eno ade ombe ho adwuma na mom no a good game enso etime adwuma a beautiful scoreline 1-0 eno omo share omo ni Arsenal game no won say ye friendly there na nso no ade rivalry no ewo ho until we competition na as a competitive level no na was through ye papa no and some Thomas Frank so kan ye and so etime defend the victory no ho na Ateta so please so mu edi intro the name no they are positives and they will na ni jo.
Hi, Mikel. I know it was a defeat this evening, but did you get what you wanted to from the pre-season friendly?
Yes, for the three of them, and today in particular, he thought, again, different demands, different understanding of things that we have to do, and I'm very pleased with what I've seen in most of the things that we've done, but we missed something in certain moments, that preciseness, that moment that unlocks the result, and the moment to turn the result away and with the match, but in terms of attitude, the desire, level of organization in the team, it was great, and we have to continue to elevate a little bit all the individual aspects.
Yes, no and some Ateta kan as well the far results no say na positives e wo mu pick up akọ enye enno game no kwa previous two no boni nyina no positives no e was so ye ntia no any idea no so rely no dia kọ na nim na yebisa no say team no gidie so be ready for mu first game ni United bebo Premiership no mana.
Well, I'm very positive. Everything that I've seen in the last 10 days gives me a lot of encouragement, and we are ahead of what I was expecting in many areas, even though tonight's result gives you a taste that I think is going to be very positive as well, to realize the margins that winning or not winning have to be controlled as well. And again, we go again. We'll start on Monday again with 2 great games at the Emirates to finalize the preparation and be ready for Old Trafford.
Yes, I'm very ready for Old Trafford. Sunset preparations no more area no corner anima sabre mo abwa atra mo step forward. Our so mo ni no and sama Ateta coach Edema Arsenal man for Bonachi on also the Sunset no so ultimate dia ba na was Sunset no and na wo hwa nei okoko piema Gabi Abola ho ehwe Arsenal team na ehwe so on the emfa resource about pre-season so waka na obesa kan biem. Now shows Arsenal players in this squad on the Premier League no muntimi koka so monje.
What is expected then from an Arsenal side that are spending money?
When you look at what they've spent, Andy, 200 million, Kepa 5 million, Zubamendi 51, Norgard 60, Madueke 52, Mosquera 13 million, and Gyökeres 63.5.
Let me ask you, out of those players, how many do you think will start? How many are squad players?
How many in that team start? Zubamendi,
Gyökeres.
Yeah, Gyökeres, and maybe Madueke will force himself into the starting.
Where, on the left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Martinelli and... But you know what's crazy about Arsenal? And you talk about Liverpool, have got such a great squad of players, and Man City and Chelsea. This is Arsenal squad for each position. Right backs, Timber and White. Centre halves, Saliba, Kivior, Gabriel, Mosquera, obviously Raya and Kepa. That's a great second choice goalkeeper in Kepa. Left back, Luis Skelly, Calafiori. That defence is sorted.
Yeah.
Cover in that position.
Really strong.
Yeah, Zubamendi and Norgard. You say Norgard, okay player, but that's your 2 sitters. Say 6s. Then you've got Odegaard and Ranieri, Rice and Marino. That's cover 4 players for 2 positions. Then on the right, you've got Saka, and cover you've got Madueke. On the left, you've got Martinelli, cover you've got Trossard, and down the middle you've got Gyökeres, cover Havertz and Jesus. That is a strong squad of players.
And the problem that Arsenal had last season was they didn't have cover.
Exactly. Saka got injured, and you had Sterling, he wasn't performing. So you look at that squad of players, and I don't want to hear no excuses, because your players do get injured in that squad of players. You've got not far just as good cover.
I get the feeling that Arsenal fans are sort of split 50-50 as to whether or not they think Arteta's the right man to win the Premier League. You can't keep going and keep going and keep going. I'm not saying they should win it, I'm saying they need to win it.
Of course, right? If Arsenal lose the Premier League to Liverpool, Manchester City by 3-4 points, no one's going to say, Arteta needs to get the sack, he hasn't won the Premier League, shocking.
No, but
if it's double figures again, then it's
and
time.
If they're 4th or 5th,
yes,
I don't think they could afford to be leapfrogged again like they were with Liverpool.
And if you're losing the title by double figures again, I think there's questions then.
If they're going to lose the league, it's by single figures.
100%, and even like 8-9 points is too many, but definitely can't be, I'll say no more than 7 points, 8 points, and also need to get closer to winning the Champions League.
Inti I was say enye say omo win Premiership no kwa empo last time omo lose na points gap no na edosun tie bi ekoye 3 bi ekoye 2 bi a amanfoɔ bɛpaden no na mmom no ɔhu sɛ ultimate no asenafoɔ nkɔnom kɔgye sane sɛ ɔmo squad no ɛmu edu options no ɛwɔ hɔ no bebree a ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo nso so ɛtumi kɔkɔgye trophy na mpo no ɛnyɛ premiership no nkwa sɛ ɔmo get closer sɛ ne yɛka the last two ɛwɔ ɛyɛ champions league no mu a asenafoɔ bɛn hɔ mpo last four mpo a wɔsɛ asenafoɔ duro ɛno ɛyɛ nsɛm a Gabriel Bonla hɔ nso aka ɛnso ɛtumi de afa Mikel Arteta after no ɔmo friendly game ɔmo nso ɛne ɛyɛ Tottenham Hotspur nso ɛtumi ɛboa Lampard ɔsi so far okɔ a ɔbɛtumi aka sɛ Gyökeres ɔno ne signing no ɛba ne strikers na ɔyɛ the best so far Arsenal for nso saka.
He'll deliver. He'll deliver. That was the word missing. Definitely.
And I think you'd agree, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his. I think it's the signing of the summer in terms of a striker because I think he does all the jobs. He runs the channels. He's good into feet. He's finishing off all three actions. The left foot, right foot, head is good. It's a great signing for Arsenal. Really great. Been a lot of noise around it, but they finally got it over the line.
Yeah.
Yes, intene eno eya nsema Alan Pardew. Ono nso etimi aka ede afa eye Victor Gyökeres no nso no move to eye Arsenal and say eye summer signing so far. Arsenal for nso so etimi ede ayo compare that signing saman for na Arsenal de no enso ewo so ye papa eno eye die firo no baba coach eye teams bebre Reading, West Ham United, Charlton Athletic, Southampton, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, West Bromwich Albion, Ado Den Haag. It's also and I could my CS Kastle, Aris, we munano eye teams are Alan Pardew and so our coach or moi or no one sem no so etimi Eddie Abasi Jidis Victor Gyökeres no Obeboa Arsenal Bobo Koni ye papa this and seven so etimi dia bana yentwa so ekakra Vinicius Junior or say the biggest dream and it's on so say Ojai football obelive legacy be I know ebe beyond football especially Oshwe Juma aye foundational and so na or say ayane de pa de bi oto no ma na for no so etimi adwendwen ho na afi o hwe kwan obefa so na afi obe improve say de be a manfo so education any nyoma hodo a Brazil boru mu a no so omo elake no ono Vinicius Junior through any foundational and as any foundational omo so ebetimi aboa ma foforo so omo peso mu ko school no omo etimi akọ no ensema ono so etimi dia basa legacy kese na opese ujai after so be retire the free air football mu na yenko air signings in be Chelsea abo awrom ene ukowrom a 18 talented and as I am 18-year-old talented winger Jesse Derry omakwa kosan from Crystal Palace Abranten so eba na okoko kan ye youth team no mo so kakra are promoting no enso etimi ede akwan Tottenham Hotspur approachi say ne João Palhinha no so no ombekwa kosan Abranten no wa bra no so any season with Bayern no anshada ankoyi anfama the Portuguese international tiano ayen sama eno so free or buy say Bayern for consider if say bid ewo put 20 million pounds and not 25 eba jemu ama Branton so akopiem ewo Tottenham Hotspur eno so ye die free honum so etimi ade ba na United for so ma consider both Oli Watkins and so and Benjamin Sesko say Branton timi assign am na man for enso so ede omo empo starts no enso etimi dia ba hwe Oli Watkins 54 games on so about 2024-2025 season no 17 goals no share sans no make 14 assists na Sesko and ogidi so ba obeboa United bi so da bi Oli Watkins on Premier League na mu to ba settling in no enshada ha dwene e Nottingham Forest almost so completed the signing of Dan Ndoye from Bologna 34 million pounds and so a deal no said you see ekoko we na Dan Ndoye on also so etimi assigning etimi ede ama Nottingham Forest Boko no na okwa Chelsea midfielder Kendrick Pies on also so no akwa kopiomo League 1 side RC Strasbourg on also akwa kobo a seasonal long loan and so etimi ede amom give free ho and so etimi bar na Manchester United forward Rasmus Holland akasa or say no way willing so be stay with the club not also fighting for position the place and so with team no more entinya dia oko babia eno nsema ene abrantia ono so ye frɛ no Rasmus Holland and so etimi dia ba Alejandro Garnacho and that's we now Romo Southampton almost so rejected an offer from Everton for a moment for their friend Tyler Devlin said there be Omunjano Emma Branton and Kosikano and Su Esha. Now revelation Banisa Chelsea ɔmo nso so ayɛ ɔmo internal checks saa nso ɛna awuram a ɛyɛ aberanteɛ fɛ no Handle Garnacho na ɔmo approve so ɔno nso so ɔmo bɛkɔ akɔ make bid ɛnso atumi ɛde ama amanfo no ɔmo sɛ ɔmo wɔ zero doubt sɛ aberanteɛ no ɛnyɛ bad attitude bia ɛna ɔwɔ ɛwɔ ɔno ankasa last season sɛdeɛ nyɔma anko yɛmfa ɔmo sɛ ɛnyɛ bad attitude ɛntiɛ no ɛyɛ adeɛ ɔmo so ɔmo bɛtumi aka aconfirm sɛ aberanteɛ no attitude no mentally ɔyɛ fortified ɔyɛ good boy ntiɛ ne ɔmo agye atum sɛ ɔmo nkɔ na ɔmo nkɔ make saa bid no ɛnso ntimi mfa ma aberanteɛ no na ɛne Roma Vinicius Junior gu so ɛkasa ɔso wɔ achieve a lot ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Madrid bɔbɔkuo no mu no na ɛnya adeɛ a ɔgya bɔbɔkuo no akɔ baabi a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔwini more trophies with ɛyɛ club which is Real Madrid, the most important titles with Brazil no so no hwɛ sɛ no so obetimi aboa na wetimi ede Brazil so agye trophy. Paris Saint-Germain ɔmo akakra aberanteɛ fɛ ne Lia Zabani no ɔmo ensa ya kana ne sa na yɛsɛ wuduro mo a talks no ɔmo enya breakthrough no with Bournemouth boboko na sabra ka small details bi so ɔmo clarify na afa aberanteɛ no so no ɔmo ede paper asi so anasa ɔmo de pen besi paper no so na afa ɔmo so etimi assign na ɔmo de aboba no ɛno ɛyɛ de free hɔ agreement ne de between Zabani and PSG ɔmo awie ɛno ɛyɛ personal terms no ɔmo awie for 5-year deal ɛno ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛno so eframa Frankie de Jong atimi a confirm sampa ɛyɛ ade a wagye atom sɛ Barca ɔbɛ extend ɛyɛ ne deal no ɛnso so atimi ɛdi amom ɛnura no pa after mo wie game no ɛno nso de sansɛm ne buy I say I am very happy here and yes I'm ready. At the end, I will sign new contracts soon. I know Ayan Samanes Abrantano Aka at the SUS will signing new contract with FC Barcelona Bobokono. Sunderland almost agree terms with Mark Gui. So I'm signing Abrantano from HSC Football Club. Deal already in place. Straight loan and Abrantano so Elquacobodia mom. No buy option clause bia and so NHS so edema the Spaniard a striker and so and some if you want salary in there. Yes, you're fully covered by Sunderland. Ness and the salary in the Sika sending Sunderland for no and a befa who Chelsea for entry back no so a dear few horn banner Roma FNO. Yes, so omo accle Lucas Paqueta from a year no so ni betting scandal and somehow do na F5 for Brantia no say name a Brantia no on fan who enkodi sanse omu na omo investigations a wodo na afi omo edwetwe tontono Abrantia enya dia ene bibia betting issue bia so breaches no ekọ edi etia no ntia ne onkoi na ono so entimi enkon continuum enso ewo Simon Jordan osie na no Daniel Levy ebaya onkami ntia omo kwakwaje eye Champions League na eno no wanti so sheda ebo so obeji Premier League one ne nya adwo mo focus so be qualify mom than say we can say whatever you want. Daniel didn't say he was going to win the Premier League. Their job this season, and it's going to be a fascinating one to watch because I'd love to know what the brief is. I've not spoken to Daniel about Thomas Frank, but I'd love to know what the brief is, and I will catch up with him at some point. What do you think it is? Well, top four. That's the brief. Be in Europe. That's the underlying funding mechanisms to be able to service the stadium whilst taking the benefits of the stadium income, whether it's F1, whatever else they're doing, whatever people don't like about it, whatever they don't like about it, it's the reality of sport in the 21st century. It's what it is.
Do you think they've done enough? So Kudus has come in, fantastic signing, although it didn't look great for West Ham last season, the season before. He's almost been bought on what he did the season before. Thomas Frank's come in. That's it.
Well, when a manager change is a big change. I mean, Spurs are a half-decent side. Do I think they need better? I mean, obviously, James Maddison and I have had a little to and fro about he never win things with James Maddison. He put a picture of himself up saying we won the FA Cup. Of course, he wasn't in the team at the time. So why he was in that picture, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that there are certain players that I think Spurs could improve on. I looked at players that they bought, and I could never understand players like Timo Werner coming into the side because they weren't good enough elsewhere. So why were they going to be good enough for Spurs? They just were clearly economic. Kudus is a decent signing.
Yeah.
Is he a signing that wins you things? I don't know. And it's the translation of Frank, who is a very sensible, very likeable and very impressive manager from Brentford to Spurs is going to be an interesting one.
Jump.
But the brief is that I cannot imagine the brief isn't be in Europe.
And Thomas Frank, I mean...
And get out of the qualifying stages of the Champions League.
This is it. As a manager that doesn't have a lot of European experience. Hardly any, in fact.
I know, but the Celtic and Rangers have had a lot of European experience going out every time they go into Europe. So in the European Champions League. And they nearly qualified this time around Celtic. So we've seen... And Villa have had no experience besides...
Did well.
The manager did well. And the manager knows his way around that league. League, obviously, but the players not so much. But the fact of the matter is that we know that the format of the Champions League lends itself to potentially better outcomes than has previously been shown under the original format, of the format that we've been used to for the last 5-10 years. So with that in mind, Spurs going into the Europe Champions League now with a format change that's shown itself to play out quite nicely for British teams, gives it an extra oomph for Spurs.
Gives them a chance.
It gives them a chance. But they've got to build on last year. Otherwise, the Europa League, despite getting a monkey off their back and being able to slay some of the critics, the moment those doors open again and Spurs don't start hitting the ground running again, the same criticisms will do. We won one trophy in 17 years rather than none.
TNA Sha said the idea no is realistic. Say Daniel Levy team no Tottenham call all the way some kwaji champions and the focus no should be so make me perform better. Input domestic per games, that is a premiership, and especially last season Kuyan Famutis any top 4 be or more empre now if you're more share how on Befaso Afe Abedi one team to play Sigon also more improve or more and could do so bad yeah na could do so you'll be or be guarantee so kwaji title set media amount and no and somehow do a Simon Jordan and so you'll be now if you can be so to me diatos nay Tottenham for more focus some so be performing Premier League in more now if or more shisho more a team ni year and no and sama and also so free about Real Madrid for omo eko prayer saying Kene La Liga for no and postpone a one game omo be born August 19th said so say omo Osasuna and na airbo La Liga for no say that be omo reject ti Madrid for omo bobo na fe 26 days rest no omo wia omo she training na say no omo be game no and fa influence ne August 19th sa game no eda ho etwe Madrid penfo am postpone amfa ammo no nsem no so yetimi edi abro ye de amano nsem no sia de aka no to aso de amount Kastle 90.3.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle, the sports king. The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle, the sports king.
Kastle 90.3 FM Suni Robert Mensah Sports and Nayatna se anope yedema won ebe FK can say what they conkrofo aman so and semono no abo chire dia maye no dia kan nyina no yeba near to me e dey ababeto so and Friday morning mamenya o message on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143 fa o message no e fa hobra na ebejira kenkan nyina so atumi e dey ama e wo dwumadie ne so na ebehwe se de nei community na Friday Osman atna asma na kwaba na yetumi aba be share enkomo twetwe no ase na enra Arsenal game mo boy no eni emu ensem nyina no yebehwe na yaka stella no 7 no de egusuwa wo e wo Arsenal fo mu pa na so no ben day say to the bia na ayen abansa but how to break down a defensive setup no stella kwabonkum konifa na ben finfin na kwabonkum na ben finfin hey Spurs for ni agwache na Arsenal for hu ha won betuma break am down e dey say na mawo Benny for na abai Benny for na aba no wo bo nyina agwache gupo ni mo ba da kwa chef keke wo ba pia po ntumi hu ha wa tactics bia metumi dia breaking go for down na pepre okay Mr. Teta. Rice, baby. Rice, hey, rice, baby. Rice, baby. That's it. No devil crime, FKK. Ever since I must have some more call a tono. I will air the friends say, no, baby, Arsenal bomb game, no, Hong Kong, no. The greatest year, Arsenal, and a tournament per game, no. Omo buy Emma near Fepentino. You better come out from what I said here, Ebeko Yama Arsenal team. No, but answer now, we are talking about Liverpool for Jesse, no? Yes. Omoni Nike for a contract new with Enra. Ain't na Emma omu for new one Emma, you know. So enne omoni Adidas deal no shas here. But almost in next season squad numbers no a new guys no. Luis Diaz squad number 7 here. They ama friend vets. Into number 7 omoni ama friend vets. Into no kama. And Milos Kekech nebeshe number 6. Nebeshe number 6. Na Ekitike ashe number 22 Jesse no. Na Mamadasvili ashe 25. Na fe Jeremy Frimpong ashe number 13 chine. And now woman Adidas new jersey Adidas one anyam na Adidas for jersey no Madrid for any man for you na you mujesi no this similar no my no almost just open copy and paste do what the Madrid ni man for jesi no the same omunya Madrid do bi ato line bi ato ma hanum say line bi da ma nim ha say what the Madrid for no for mo jesi that you man you there no the same thing enti na Adidas abusuan no Liverpool so akwa join enti no ye be hwe energy on be obelidiama Liverpool bobo ko no for a year come next season tino zikaba Liverpool zikana bia sabe gum from air Nike to air Adidas enti enye fedi agro crab but eno ai for basa for chili o na la me yama na ko for say gu ni su bie me cake akoda e bon ben wa ye hwe no akwa first picture no wo ko she ngofo ya wo kwa koye celebration LeBron James the king celebration who is the way king wonya number 10 say so yellow say one for no wo say omo you know okay akwai say king no wonya say bi obi na kop ono na koposi ono na ono
me pe na asem de wa ye na
say
the okay nyina ni say o accepted the challenge and you say from enreba no criticism bia be ba no su bia no obesom na watimi ade akona ni so that is it say about first game anko ye no am for she no na just a goal 2 goals no share compare first goal no
against say you for no
quite of fast we make FC against one
say you for no say you for no
FC you for quite of fast na dominate no defense no na afi o mass space no no an create you e
no Ferran Torres and Zetu Ferran Torres one Zetu
o say
Ferran Torres one Zetu
na Torres first game obashi
Ferran Torres and Zetu
first game obashi
and you Zetu against we mu adeba no aye o hit a king celebration
o she two and also me say first game no Torres no why the boni din
money
say it's all about la mia ma
o sha madu tu bia na be na
e she bia ye she
ya na o ken na wo nya ken na wo ken
kwa de first game anko ya ye na so no de ono no so unim no o twen so be she onya hye kwa de we ka one goal kra no hye anko be ye de o ye no
oh akra
you about 2 goals and just give it to him and
the king la mia ma
am fan so
ayo
am for be
she said there also you the king o ti no say wa anya king ade a ye be kire pa o we asa ko draw ya kwesi utiri so wo draw ya kwesi utiri o de nka twa o ye action na ye hu action no say ye king asa ko draw ahincha she utiri so Osman yo the king la mia ma ti say e to fa ho a ni e bo na chi a
ba se bo ba obi mu sa se oni omo ba je se
but ma bo
omo nya ready cross omo defend cry and goals ni na mu sa but then say they also did was scoring 3 no na bibia che say na omo team na omo ye chiro no kakra bi a yes ko betimi aha
ju asa na 2-1 afedi na aba be
na mu sa
ba sa na so problem o
yes
na ma highline no ruby highline
omo ntimi nsesa
won hwe ne ye yo next season won ye na easy o there was clubs they would learn against some of these things, you know. Na Asian team put away to make sure that a set to trap a beat to trap. Imagine Real Madrid next season. You won't get the same thing. You would never get it. Until one conquer me bio, one queen me baby. No one judge no to one pass a pet, no name no roko.
Mama Mensah so.
One pass a no name them, one pass a no name.
Kubati say one offer mu anomu himself, woman mama the other than to offer mom no say match.
Oh, 2 goals.
Aye.
Meaning the same approach.
And for no say every fair mu aba na flag no was so do man very close. Until na boba. Baba suggest na no am share na fair. One unu okay pota okra won penti anti no. Unu anu won anti e guess so mo tare wo ho ani. Anti for FKK we anti anko anti mu de anim ai. Ba mu nti mu ha jet ne nko amu de anim. He ba nim so say nkrofo we.
Oh ka se bi o.
Asai.
Ya tia bi o.
Anti bi ye. Osman de atia. Tai do de atia ye. Aye. Oya president bakra na on field. Na ka say okay say no na nkomo na mudi asema antini nya matini nyina ana wa ka bi antro wa ka to akosia akura bi
anya no kra
oje be kon kon seni ba she Asman ko na ka nya na nya gumasum nam si
so ma ka je say o ni nkomo bi na say utwam a
so ma ka ma
shadow kra so kana no
mi to nya ma anti me dey say pass baby I am no stop no baby I who na stop no say massa Where the final sign? I can't go to Yamania. Oh, they'll go this school to be a two betting.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
Okay, now I know Jesse Lingard on the team.
Yes.
Jesse Lingard. To we are going to Lamy Ama Jesse and last one.
Lamy Ama woman and
so yes, I'm
class palm or Yamife. With respect to my Jesse Lingard, or just who just send me pay. No, you just know as a man.
And Lingard were higher.
Oh, a player. I someone will see. I someone will see Uncle Lingard the career. Manchester United. I feel like West Ham. Walk bomber. That's 6 months as the alpha. What turn I say return or buy just the following season. I am Basa and the Lingard and them South Korea. But he's enjoying life over there. That is the beauty of life.
That's a mountain tango.
That is the beauty of life. Maybe I do a baby. I love footballers. They just want to enjoy the game. It's not England. That's when you want J press. They be a walk awasem. No, who's went to the meal after had you I did me had you okay. Yet no was in
Debbie.
He's just enjoying his game. Yes, Ebia never kade. Or your career now, a clubs as ever had it now. I said, I'm fun Kahumbi. But at the end of the day, Nakasa will achieve something within him. Me sure that he's very happy. Of course. The Lingard, nobody in our back, and sending in our peace. But our Englandy, boy, my BBS, I'm happy for you.
All right, I say hi, Miss Ruby. Where are you? Are you ready? We are waiting for you. Who can we have? Krabias and Koloko did every facility in Ghana football before Accra to folk followed. So I am asking who is copying who. Hey, Nketia. That's man. See then Ketia must say, but Mama can man, why? My brand and kind, why? Hot man, and I own kind. Say Mama can get ever say now, FK and FK kind. And then be who is who is there. Who is I got the house for who is who. Okay. Good morning. I'm Vessel from Northola. I say my most underrated player, Osman. One day I've been Liverpool Champions League. Jennifer Wijnaldum. You know, if you best 2 goals against Barcelona. No. But your body now, your money didn't count. Liverpool winning, your money didn't count. You know, I think sir, I will agree with Odi and Okama. I say good morning. The kastlefm fraternity is very necessary to correlate the Chelsea management for their excellent work in the affairs of the club. I also see Garnacho joining Chelsea before the deadline, and finally he will become one of the best at the end of the season. Just trust the process. Happy new month, kastlefm family. Mr. Chicks, Eddie, you know, same. My most underrated players in football history, Raul Mirares, 2012, no Chelsea. I couldn't know what one hotel two baby, no, 2012 Champions League, no. No, yeah, dear, but ye body ni no. I said, ni dino, the Drogba no one, ye body di as man, 2012 the Drogba no one, but not that guy was solid for Chelsea. Then I said La Liga and Champions League last season, Rafinha. Not mentioned, but rather Lamy Yamal. So Lamy Rafinha, a dear young one can see last season about for one ball Lamy Yamal, Dino, and also on. There was a Vitinha from the just end season. Always Dembele for Ballon d'Or, but Dembele for Ballon d'Or instead of Vitinha, no. So please, okay, let's watch out for AC Milan this season also. Now, no, coach against Pet Glory, now. Oh, AC Milan, what follow more FKK. For the past always their pre-seasons are solid. Almost shows this year. 3 our pre-season. But we share na je guntino. Yenya botre. Also Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho FK ko narrated
Ronaldinho.
W. I narrated
Ronaldinho.
I don't know. Maybe akoi.
That's a Oko Brazil team no aye ono a. E wom say empo edurum rebi na ohun Ronaldo Nazario e wo mu Kafu Munina, no more Lucio Munina. We share this goalkeeper for Inter Milan. Is it Julio Cesar?
Yeah, Julio Cesar, yeah.
No Munina, but Ronaldinho. Still. Yes, or in fact, on put any Dino that time for no ball Paris Saint-Germain. No ball Pierre Pastor now. I think sending there no fair. Onya, they know so. Maybe an a born Abeka one born to stage and now be expected by Dini dear.
Or Ginny D. As well, good morning, please. Tell Barcelona players to take their time. This is just friendly match, but rather reserve their goals for the arrivals Real Madrid. Just as if I got to change or didn't know, Eddie Abreu that same. Also, the Raul Mirares, of course, Chelsea. He was one of the most underrated players I have ever seen. He played a crucial role in the win over Benfica by scoring a wonderful goal that led us to win our Champions League title. This is Emma from Pedu. No, the way Ediaba. Then I see update on Eze to Arsenal. Calafiore is my name inside Arsenal. All right, may I say Osman. Okay, Mamini can cut. I say the man. Mamini okay. Osman, please relax. We know what we are doing. Calipo, I don't know. And Osman, talk about your team. How can you win the title? I can't ask them next week when I will tell man. Hey, ask them penny. Good morning. Calipo, why? Yeni has said, Enyanka, Yeni has so be a kind of team was him. Enyanka banka, Yanko Biadi, and Kebanka, a Arsenal, Real Madrid, Nick Chelsea, back on my same, you know. Osman, or who can be a say? Or back will be the Asem. I only has so, or a pandit, only have for on your Arsenal PR. I on your Arsenal rep. Good morning, Kastle Sports. All I can say this morning is no weapon formed against Lamine Yamal shall prosper. Jose.
Weapon better.
Mr. Weapon better, yeah. In Hansi Flick and Kobe Dimples, okay, shall prosper in Hansi Flick's name, okay, and Kobe Dimples' name, amen, okay. Hail the guy called Lamine Yamal because he's a special one. You are loud and clear at Abra after 6 inside Master Mahmoud Fashion Center. Now, I say, Miss Shubi, please allow Lamine Yamal to flex because we were here when you Chelsea fans were jubilating last season, win over Noah, Shamrock, and most of the Fala team. So allow the guy. Post, no do it. And so Eddie Abawaha. Now, I say, in Ketia like talking about how to folk, but hate when has talked about Asante Kotoko. Okay. Then also the most underrated player they also say Ramirez. So sorry, Ramirez 2012 Champions League, you know, Ramirez no. He played instrumental role, okay, for Chelsea. Kingsley the free Ola. Not in the but yeah, Ramirez. Then what's the same? Good morning, Miss Shubi. In fact, most underrated players are Mesut Ozil and Angel Di Maria, and of course Thiago Silva, because per statistics, Ozil and Angel Di Maria were better than Iniesta and Xabi Alonso. This is Nana Kobina Ababi Osasa. Shine Isaac, listen to live from in Stretchy. Okay, all right. Mamanya also message, you know, on 0244 743 143. O started say woody football chino team bay moon ahwasa na beka player bay and omo bomb modern be pa by ye body na ye money din fan ka ho or underrated ye bomb omo bo team no ho asem ye bomb omo bo man ho asem a ye body na ye money din en fan ka ho bi a pese wo yi ni pie em ye hu sampa obo ne ho modern e World Cup tournament na koye no bo team bay modern net say aden ye body na ye money din fan ka ho bi players chrono for Mudimbra or my body emodi and can but almost performance no na a con kind of a strain you know who come on and pay ye dear no Asman
Miss Ruby
Mamma now dear most underrated players no or honomna and quay your name
I'll be on the pay and that's view and then Friday 1st August wow Yakupon Ivy you go die your queen and you could be a day and can I could be the end of 2025. But what I can say is be positive, you know. For me, I'll keep on saying don't quit. Kodana you become when you can always win late. It doesn't matter. Ball impo. So one company there's still hope. You want team CBA a mad make a Madrid on let's go Madrid. Yeah. I can find out. So the first goal in the bay is it 2017 or so. First goal in the bay you could do by 8 something minutes one them. And Ramos but so can Madrid force a call extra time. And I will keep going on. And that is life.
Now, okay, I saw a friend say tennis match. I'm telling you, one of the most who maybe I say a game about one. Tell you what can winning late, you know. Oh, mama, do to just at time this capa FKK. Oh, it was Naomi Osaka, one lady. First set near China 3. Second set, you know, no lady Osaka 5-2 till 5-2 and an upon SN7. What do 40? I just say. Adumano wa wie answer e count here we do 40 and let say when you one aka ho na wona work run we do 40 Osaka o 15 obeton 40 any advantage ebeton 5-5 game no by game no 5-5 now the third set the Krampus was another terrible one but still now no so sometimes in this life never be one about to say agie go but last minute no na near Martin, near Mount, and I saw your post. I saw your post, and I liked it. Of course, I liked it. Win late.
Just keep keeping on.
I'm not for comparing. I'm comparison into you.
And up away, remember, no, she meets no Payako points of man. Ruby, your boy, no bra, as one company will be. They be unwinding by your day, Eric. They be a catch FK. Me, Uncle Farm, you want to say that in your bra, Yaku Ponado. Obia, Jina baby, Obia,
Obia, Utu, Obia, wow, yes, so I
sometimes when I told us I drink the Damina now, watching by your day, Eric Brabo. But if you look at the positives, I would say Shan Kofuna, any part of an Abrabumuna, clearly, everyone was some bra. So comparison, Ruby, on yet. But yes, it is good.
You can compare in a positive way.
Yes. But when you're wondering there, me and Quata can't Muslim to be. Me and resident Muslim to be by force. Do something better for yourself. What's one boudoir? Nobody can stop you from building your own house. It's in Ruby. And upon a good message,
fantastic.
But in room now,
young found their brand, and because the GF somewhere hinting,
yes, and the Ghana, Ruby, underrated places to be now, Honor. And actually, squad winning teams, squad that will win the Champions League trophies, Nazi. No, can I say, can I be brain I ever bought? But for me, let's start with our Leicester City team, what day Premier League.
Okay.
Now, we were central defender, be home of Jamaica. West
Morgan.
Yes, that season.
Okay.
About 38 matches.
Wow.
The whole of the Premier League season. And I watched my Premier League trophy. But the Korea, now I want to watch a goal. James Vardy.
Jamie Vardy. Mahrez. Now I'm going to come to cry Esudin Bem.
Yes. But on West Morgan and wait on you Robert Hood.
Yeah.
Can I get no certain
I don't say Sarah Robert Hood now, FKK. Yes. Now I saw Cobble wrestling. Because I and sent in Sapa here. What the town on the bow anymore. What do you say? Oh, say, Bema pa, let me throw.
Yes.
None Sahan as I treat to be saying. What? Oh, the obedient one grow. I say,
yes, I've been out for
West Morgan, for me, he was really, really underrated that particular season. And wasn't born to anyone. He did fantastic. Then Spain squad that was the 2008 Euros. There was a black guy from Brazil, Marcos Senna. That guy, not actually Tinuma or a DM. Shabby Alonso so I think there was also another play, but not on time bimbo. But this guy with Xavi Iniesta move from no baller or boy that particular tournament, Some who Marcos Senna, na me who Sidov your senior player. But check home profiles na corner was for that over one bono. Unfortunately for him, on one but I'm flamboyant clubs into no. Yantaya and Canasamo Honum. But so was Spain national team. So Jinabo no munos or bois. Clearly, when they acquire Brazil and Pocato so if Brazil and Chief Brazil, you are not going to argue about it. Because urban boss sense and Jansen and Cassandra Papa way. No will do a honum. It's a Marcos enough for me too in that squad. No, numbers and boy as to most soon your power honum. Then Mr. B, Asher FC Barcelona, the dominance I want to obey Beignet and the Pep Guardiola were calling you for some time. All the baby, no, was about 3 players and a terrible ones. Lionel Messi would always be the first person. Then the two men share one say Iniesta Xavi. But there was an unsung hero in that particular team. Now I'll make sure that team know that the fluidity of their team. Bola over bomb over ye it was Sergio Busquets. And for me, say you put DMs in the game now 1 year very physical. DMs are one for ones in a farm ball. One for giddy, one farm ball, one for any farm ball. But what that must silkiness what about ball now? Not or ye Sergio Busquets. You been party what they be a but as a partner say Sergio Busquets, you will clearly see that Sergio Busquets was that guy who be what 1 that he doesn't go in for that mass silly tackles on more aggressive on chef physicality but okutabon now and wonder yes or a soft football but end the one in finishing with that share the skill set when it comes to dribbling that part of him from okutabon but the bone finishing and this possess boy no eboa e be rinsi. And in all the teams in Nana Basa from the World Conquer no Kamubino, he was that guy. Now he was always simple, very quiet. Off the pitch and tell him he would enjoy his game. No, but every now up front players now what time was in there. But for me, he was also that guy. And I'm wasn't bono or was power honum. Then Toni Kroos or Real Madrid. another wonderful player. Somebody was talking about Messi to Ozil. Yes, very true. But Toni Kroos at the time of joining Madrid team, no. So that time, mobile fit team no more quiet, no. And when you be G to me there, so you per player be not to make those moves for Real Madrid. It was him. A boy with Cristiano Ronaldo kakra, couple with Benzema, most only one boy, Vinicius more only one boy, and there you could Jude Bellingham, Nasama, maybe not feel that you're busy for nothing in the game, no. It is because of the absence of Toni Kroos, because in the past it's one of them. In the one over team no more Gemma DMs in the 1 year when Ejuma. Let me focus on the box to box Ejuma no yambo those passes no. Obiara you will be OCC and the Madrid for good our pay. Obiara Baba the major man way to na why. And Toni Kroos for me, he was that guy. Even with the national team on Kastle, but on the foot of play. I want to make sure there over to our brag or honor. After the career no quite channel. Anytime we post Biano, I know your normal player good over ball. Obia engage in the tweet, Obia engage in the post of honor. Numbers and boy as well to na also you are. Ruby Chelsea 2012. Obanya player be. No for Russia.
Okay.
That solid player. By all standard. On Pekas over by the moon. I'm clue.
Okay.
Honor.
Ivanovic.
Branislav Ivanovic.
Yeah.
This guy was fantastic.
Oh, of course, you're fantastic. Yeah.
How quiet solid. Ruby men who plays. But for me, that particular guy. Ball of boys in my Chelsea. You see, all my Chelsea were facing now Famba. No, I'm facing now Famba. But so Ojemna sort of my Chelsea or than 10-1 mona. Or banded defensive abilities on your Jumana, Eboa. With was a little important, no commitment level. No, he was that good for me.
They winning go against Benfica. No, I don't need fleck Bobby. Final. No?
Yes. For me, Ruby, he was wonderful. And numbers in Bono or Yazo Tumna also in your honor.
Okay.
Not commercial Africa had not commercial Africa had it.
Okay.
But 2013 Nigeria for one AFCON winning team. Not Meshe Sunday Mba.
Okay.
But Sunday Mba wasn't that influential in the team, no finals, no. I know by the winning goal, no. But now she may be offered by a Nimba, a local player. Now, wasn't Baba Kahona board on Rumble, no one could be different, no. I think he was good for me in that tournament because about finals, no senior, that winning goal now. Definitely, Obiabo Bado, but now we know him for. And Yahona, about Chelsea B, about Real Madrid B, about Arsenal B. What can I say? 2 days per Obakana we. Imagine I'm quite quiet and quite John will be Mikel Lemois. And come here, show them come bonizin. But tournament take a career children. No one will bonizin. John will be Mikel because no officials are the captain for the team in Aso. And what taking the glory away from the boy. But for me, I feel there maybe tournament in Yano. You also want to look at the contribution or the baby room or honor. In fact, I think he did well, but then. Maybe make Kroy underrated.
All right.
But he was also good in that particular one. It will be.
Okay. Mama Fawi Siwa. Mama now message on 0244 743 143. 0244 743 143. Yeah, kasa for most underrated players. Who players be a omo no mo shemu bi bo no mo boy pa ba ye bo omo ya de ni din a eya ne mo mu din emfa nka se ya ne refi omo wasem ene ye ka no eyi de fa bra na fe ye ntumi enkoye ni mafeke fa kakra fa de bra ma de bra
yes I've been so Osman account do na me so me de be fa ha o share Chelsea mo amu team sa bosingwa de bia meta kana so me na penasa yes but I hear right back one of na or one of those guys no be babe boni ye pa ba se ni din no na ni din in shede no I think say winning team no kan Champions League no yes no kan against Bayern no kan ho and now man from fan in Samba and farmer but akasipa ni nie one international Milan squad na Jose Mourinho di omoje 209 no
Champions League no
o de abo players 2 na wa o hwa asa team no mo so obekaya on kai bi
wa sana ayo
na team na pa
na Milito ma eto fails nso
Diego Milito Samuel Eto'o Wesley Sneijder omo adi na abebobo
okay
edun bebi kwa na omo bo coach ni kura edi chain player ba bebo di oh yes Jose Mourinho
of course
no mo boni di pa
ona ya nwa aduma
ba o pe obi a o inspire that side ni pa na o mo captain Javier Zanetti
okay
what Zanetti in that team no inspire mo and Oja on which one no Timmy Bob and no are consistent with the international Milan. And so you will be one of those on Sangiro and I say underrated a player international Milan sa almost squad na unsusu ubetimi aka omo asem then Thomas Muller ozi aka Thomas Muller kan badoko o de ko Bayern team no ne kokohwe even at that time na omo ebo na omo wo Europe na omo echi obi na omo show omo ubehwe Bayern team no ma either Arjen Robben Frank Ribery so Epo Mario Gomez at that time no wudin and so even the goalkeeper Manuel Nunya no wudin and so the channel say am born so cry bebo and right back Philip Lam but Thomas Muller o dey say na ya kese ko he na se ni goals oye so etimi ade ma ban the normal man on na musa yo no kono but I think say or one of those players na obenya no ewo with team a obeye adwuma na ma but then ye wie na ebubodi a ye nheda embo ni I think say na ono so underrated I know so betimi abon even look through SR Germany almost side of the kokoje and we na certain Mario goods the oba share winning goal and anani di ashita obviously na final game and so o the man then David Silva with Man City so kind of Spanish boy very good consistency or the man no but say ono ne dia na kwa say ne Bernardo Silva also almost style of play no almost the same born centrally or the midfield or the side resource in the Bema born left or the Bema born right ni na or the Bema and South City team na impo room maybe Pep Guardiola babe fire that time either the goal scorer that Argentine that is yes Sergio Aguero Kevin De Bruyne Omudi na now bebo but this guy Bernardo Silva obviously no gene there but deeper na was a wunya no na wunya e was Man City the maybe as who ni different there
me who ni different because I think and the no there yeah not team no do mo no power tie bia ya na outside no and be because of the Premier League be a place be no mo mu ntino but for the team Man City after even the career no they've built a statue for him so but not outsiders no the league you know not the hype around him no for me that's not because I'm not sure on my United game be na me nim no me ko village bi me ko center bi me ko hu am say hey this guy is very good I'm saying me na ka me kunu but na me she dan tini di no me tini di ni bebre but of course he was a very good player
obviously me no be but for me when nya calculate ni bebre
of course
so oboche
pa
oboy wa make move van ko be bia oboche reason why I state you know I believe said they so and she then nyane flowers in Ibebre. Deco with her Barcelona. In fact, Deco from Porto. Obviously, that team no. Ebia Benny McCarthy play dream maybe no free bench no. No was her name no and others. A couple of other strikers are no more sa Monaco team now. Your friends Porto team Jose Mourinho do Mbabeje. Then no call Barca. Oh, Pesa team Omuko all the way Echi Arsenal. Everyone in the final now. Ko de confusion wadwuma yeah. But Bobo Edina na ye Guli, na ye Etofields and the likes, and even a Ronaldinho mo, and a near Bobo Mudin, but Deco in that midfield no, I think say he did really well, and yeah, no quam. In fact, or you're consistent with the Barcelona Bobo Kono, and even a Portuguese national team no that time na Cristiano Ronaldo mo ban Rui Patricio mo, and Rui Costa mo were there, and Tinani Dino. On shada enya de konso sa one skillful player obenya no team obeye adwuma na ma even oba Chelsea kra no anya sa bad obeye adwuma na ma but ye wie game a ye nhada emmo ni din bebre emfa ne flowers man and player ba ko a ono de ne flowers no ye mfa man no kra de bia ye din so hyegu so e ma ne ye mre Olivier Giroud Olivier Giroud e wo ba bia club e bia be kasa na nsemu even at a time no ye top scorer France national team no obeba na ye hwan Kylian Mbappe Mbappe na near demand yes omo edu maybe Antoine Griezmann po no make din no but for the goals and fan ho oba from bench sometimes oba not too many minutes but oba at least ni go bi yes just a go or share amana make difference ama France national team and so with Arsenal with Chelsea so kokokobọ kakra I feel say Olivier Giroud so no obi no underrated with any position no adwuma no ye no na on hyeda enya ho esa samba no James Milner
last week yebusa
even City po
whereby Joao Pedro ba Chelsea no and am here interview say say one of the was it the player on na bobo like omo ka say omo ka tribute bi and obo ni din but how come say one man what is wrong with you I'm sure them church
yes
what cry oba Milner Brighton no and o kan ho asem o nya Milner mpo obo Liverpool no so you can clearly see
no nim no Brighton I for any injuries aha no wanyini mpo entinya de oye no City enye de oye no Liverpool empo no de kan nkofo hu enu so bo more than one position onu be bia am say goalkeeper nko anu ama me oh yes be bia no bo and I feel say oye one guy I think say no so yes oye underrated then oba Ghana general Osekufo
back pass
enyo no nye Samuel ose general the American ebusua draft kufo heart of kufo kotoko kufo kohwesa team na omo ebo ya akọje Champions League esa boy ya beche kotoko ehwe omo in the confederation no o de ono ofi 205 ofi has 205 but me for 205 no kwan ka ba sa team na impo ebia 2000 impo ba to 2004 na hu ya that time bebo has players ni dia na Ismail Ado na Don Bote. In fact, Drew baby Krebi Ayimano Ajogu kra na manfo bo ni din e chen no but general Osekufo Emmanuel Hasem na meken bo no bo no ono himself no em so Oshase as no a defender yes no a defender ena kakra I think say coaches mbi omu influence no coach Emmanuel Afrane kakra no mu push no ema ne call in fact the bad number 10 otimi bo okaso mbo force 9 so obetimi abo and even both wings no cramp sometimes pushing so mbrambe bo as a midfielder and as attacking midfielder ni nyina no general e decide ne bema and for me kakra na yehwe that time late and as early 2000 money eba na follow for me be boy wo honom no na enye boy ketwa but I think say na onya edinu bebre yes because of obvious so because a setup are not them and also na goals are na man for ancient you know now shada ehu Osekufo ha
na de what ni ya kai pass no akoye na na US munya US all right then FKK and so adia na wode amaye no maybe phone lines na fe won so do de kakra de aba
the real pulse is here
Noyes caught in no man's land it's Marley
kastlefm the sports king.
Most underrated players our football mu team winning side be no ya dey but they are recognizing no yanka kaya ho na fe ye ni ho enkomo e wo dwumade ne so 0244 408046 0244 408354. Hello, good morning.
Miss Ruby.
Reverend.
Stand up here. Aboma baso. Osmani wa Miss Ruby inspired words amuja mind. The come some person me to soon say. We should be fit talent. Some muka spy assassin by. Now I did your 45. Now omo call for Miss Land no. Omo do no we nya 85 years. That division of the land. Now there is a film talent won say Abrabonu Bobra when persistence, perseverance. Don't give up. You always have to persist. You always have to persevere. And if you are who persevere there also, there's always great achievement. My bad players so Ecuador 95.
Okay.
In your play, your friend John Ansa.
Okay.
Yes. Ecuador 95. Or by no Bobaka has to fall. Accra we party. We are not two. No two wanted to say, your friends say Brazilian captain Kafu. Yes, I'm John Ansabon too. Now go we papa from John Ansa.
Okay.
Like a time one on that.
Medase. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Me pa chao. Absenta mo ani.
Mpoche.
Me pa chao eti an.
Yo, nyami shira ona FKK no smam ni na. Na ame man kan shi kwachi player no ho ya mobo pa mo wa mo ni din wo Ghana man kai ko mpo de match de obi mpo bo ni no like insert.
Like instant. Okay.
Like insert.
Okay.
Muhu qualified there. Ya boy no World Cup 2 times say ya koya. Like instant come. But moya me ya in there. Ta munya huma. Ya ba fra wanan. Na ya bo 2006 African Cup moya red card 2. When you red card into working 2 matches over 7.
Yeah,
World Cup one for
yeah.
I'm one could be. Why are you company 2010? On soccer, no about qualifiers in the also a flower aqua, or flower on so I'm friendly. But by Yen Simpi or Kakasem or yet to work up a day, like in Sigana, how I bought my yes, I could 2 times. One friend, cram, one could be. But any football career, one could be cram.
Okay.
Why am I your pa?
May I say,
player.
Yeah, boy, dear, I am morning come. May I say, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Rubin.
Honorable Jaru.
Yeah, Miss Rubin, I'm home today.
I'm here to me who you pa.
I'm so prayer, Ghana for ya more yam your pa, and I India. Yeah, boy, conferences for World Cup. Only a player say first goes Magana. Old baby no Ghana for Kaide, player some on my World Cup. Especially SS will do on the 23. Conferences more than boy pa Moduomo. Santano, later ya Franny. Walk on Oyus Wodonia and Wodomo. It's them 2 pairs. No, I'm your papa. I am Yedman.
Okay, yo. And yeah, about yo, yeah, that's okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Obi.
Boboski.
Miss Obi.
Boboski, it's you.
2012 Chelsea, young squad, no. It be a back up Waruma Ares. And can a guy called Opana Batran.
Ryan Bertrand. Yeah.
You know, Bob, Papa. Partners in Ponu. So young kid, I'm person.
Okay. May I say. All right, I say, Kastle FM, the best in the morning. My underrated player is Bernardo Silva. Okay, Bernardo Silva of the Champions League winning team. This is from Junior. Okay, so Man City for Champions League team. No, your money down. Okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Me pacho din baby of free and free. Me pacho yet you.
Never quite the one with the name of
Solomon Kalu, okay.
What is no yet my power in the but not Maruda the because the Africans no yet about the ball.
Wow. Me da say, Osman, also Solomon Kalu. Na Chelsea ni abo Maluda din ya money din kan ba na oye adwuma no ho. Okay. Okay. All right. Me na fe ma fa be to dia kan ho na. Ya to me e de si na ya ba eye amanone enkomoni mu. Near to me aba bedi and so e wa ha say. I say David Silva is arguably the most underrated Spanish player in the history of football. He did not play for Barcelona or Madrid with the in the El Clasico. That is the main reason. If he did, his name would be mentioned as a legendary figure. Okay, for the Spanish national team now. All right, may I say. Now, I'll say, Osman, Jenson Park of Manchester United. On the idea.
I don't know so good, but that United team, you know, and when they now almost will be an contribute in effort. What about Michael Carrick?
Carrick and so
on sang you know for the team.
Okay.
Also, Casa, but today Sergio Busquets, you know, and you might Obiaran Canasem, but the importance of for the team, you know. No, yeah, that's good. I would agree with him. This Park was also good.
I'll say Antonio Nan in 2006. Ghana. I say.
But we know.
Okay, but I said that tournament, no, not Ghana was so. Yeah, boy, man, of 2006. I'm a boy na. Ne Antonio Nan can home.
Yes, now me say Michael Essien. Mate Suleiman Tarius was born so born about the party. Can 2008. Play per play, yeah. No, you're different in our team. I know you're Antonio.
Mama Fakwalawe. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. We do not be free. Me pacho, it's you.
But I'm free. One when is no, I am a young. Look, I'm Madrid.
Sir, our team, I have a team by period by your money. You'll be at London, Nana.
Oh, I will never sit down when it's in the pure. I am your first and come on this year, play beer. One home was in the power.
Okay. All right. FKK, also look at moderate. Would you agree?
I find when you need yes, and I can. Kessie boy, my Ballon d'Or. I want Kessie pa. The padu do say energy.
Okay.
Enti minim dia.
I say then Antonia don't see Mikel Obin so. And John O'Shea. Also no Mikel Obin so.
Mikel Obin is me should be.
Chelsea Champions League now on can.
Bobby na contribution on you. A good player, but the contribution unlike Makelesi no the others. Only born but no contribution they. Are
you sure?
So on can where can ever miss in the play.
Are you sure?
Mikel Obin. He is good. He was a good player, but today back the Chelsea over miss them. Mikel Obin cut him no in a season. About Maccabi.
Yo, there yeah. And I say I Matthew Amo so no. Na Matthew Amo no I Ghana na qualifies no.
Qualifies. Qualifies more goals in but tournament na nkese no.
Dead man Eddie Free Quapro no den dey no enso Ede aba ewa ha na yenko yanimo na afei yentumi enhwe sede wo ha no. All right, yemfa eye ensi wo and Fridays bia sa na ye no ntino Fridays bia ye share eye experience na kama wo eye issues sem. Okay right, ma me fa we na me fa ni ntwa to na yen wrap up ha. Good morning
Miss Ruby.
George ni.
Yeah, George na baba.
George etio.
Good morning, Apome.
Nyame ado me hu ye pa.
Catch Osman the 2012 ever.
Mitio pa.
Yeah, Champions League ya kwajen. Mikel Obi was integral part than Asian. Yeah, matches ni nya Mikel Obi na no bonus na bench that 2012 Champions League matches na bodo nya. Only one match was a different nation of Bobby on check Libya until as no ni pakuna can right.
Okay.
2012 Mikel Obi.
Oh yeah, me kai pa. As na back pass na wo mu de ba na obo pa.
Mikel Obi no body na. It's one more than 2 matches in 2012 Champions League na your boy.
Okay.
As no ni pakuna can right.
Me da say George, me da say pa. I say my most underrated players are Wes Brown and Patrice Evra. Evra so
Manchester United. Evra is but West Brownsy.
Okay.
Acquire no wabo need to one wa die need to be United that guy.
All right. Okay. Okay. Remember yeah see what I say. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Me pacho, did me be free.
From by you Arsenal.
Right, okay, it's you.
But player oh boy wa money be
Gareth Bale. So okay. All right. My fancy na ya member Osman be you know fine transfers ni mu fama you know FKK etefo account de no and sometimes say na ya say
wo team closer to o show mo quality or mo contributions na and even just a single tournament bi mpo akwa na season why consistent but they bia no ye bodia
ya fa nka ho
kra ubokuma so mo ye internal awards sa player no mutimi award
mo demand especially players no no mo dey man sisi am dey man sisi
wenti those players no and for me sometimes they do understand obi ti say Busquets say on complain o anya hwe but adwuma no pa no on na ye free Zavi sanso ena
Iniesta o show mu finfin ono mo be ya adwuma
no ye adwuma no mo ko baro be wie no na
Iniesta Zavi o mu ja podium so na ono na mo nchen
because I was do baby sa Barcelona Zavi Iniesta ena Messi
omo me ansa final me ansa tre no omo me ansa omo yan kokofo
ena Messi ekokodi wenti you those players no wo team bia mu and na sometimes and me they say players na nkaza omo yes what na aya omo de edimano but don't say o broadening ni say dia statistics no go share assist ne no na na do na
it's last season Madrid team no hana be say underrated player Madrid last season
Madrid team pa there
say man anye hwe there but
anye hwe there ya say
Kotwa last season Kotwa
you be Bozini and Yambo goalkeepers.
Keeper can
I think seven no be
Kotwa last season
yes man na maro korba san so do pa there on complain but moment no be no chiro kan adwene no they don't play as or kan adwene ho no no ho no last season Surubi let's not forget about Donnarumma.
Okay, for PSG.
Trophies na nyina. If you look at the quality of sales,
so the Dembele
outfield players na.
Hakimi Akraf crowd for Ballon d'Or.
Then Argentina team will win World Cup. Goalkeeper no.
Dibu.
Aye. No so say you yan Canada.
Martinez.
But na me share player.
On the best goalkeeper.
On the recognize
but this Manchester City boy we Julian Alvarez.
In that team, no.
To be honest,
he did well.
On madam influence.
Sure, he did so well.
I would rate my head of Messi no,
okay.
But Messi ultimately no. Until the FIFA World Best Player but that is football.
All right, dear Fancy, Emrana Faye, Elsman, MIM chairman on Ensem Nimukakra, na yentumi Emra. Me radio messages. No, I say Arsenal fans, but the way we start here. Arsenal fans think they are on form. They will not qualify to the top 4. I have heard Chelsea's manager's dream is to lift the Carabao Cup. Oh, Chelsea people, obwa. When kwa the obwa, mama evidence such as Chelsea coach nipo or no yire our holidays or kind of have said money idea. I say, hey, Miss Ruby, FKK is trying to any idea here no FKK will have say and then message me refi. Now I say Ambra Kobe. I want update on PSG transfer. All right, with us then. Also Wesley Schneider. Okay, also Schneider. So no underrated. That's FKK. Okay. Good morning, Miss Shobi. In 2016 and 17, when Madrid was dominating in the Champions League, Isco, Osman, Isco Dion. Yeah. 2016-17, Isco was the player who was underrated. I was not surprised because we had the senior men in our team. I remember against Roma, Isco scored a free kick which aided Madrid qualifying to the quarterfinals. He is a player I can never forget. Yeah, Isco. Then I see James Rodriguez. Osman, yes, James. Rodriguez also. Real Madrid, I don't know, baby.
As a Bayern says, I mean, Bayern also can make it that way, but Madrid, no. Not because of the presence of some other
names. Yeah. Game Boy, Eddie Free BB Estate, not an idea, no, Etso, Etumi, Eddie Abba. Yantua, so you have transfers anymore.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land, it's Marley!
Kastle FM. Kastle
New Kivo hot pepper powder. Loco show. This advert is FDA approved. They biara every 1st July, Ecosi 31st. We will see Kakatakato. We will see Kakasu. No one too much money. I say, Talisal too much money promo about town. We are in the bedal star 500 hash. Net them Talisal too much money promo. About to 100 Ghana cedis cash. What I say already to be about to 20,000 Ghana cedis. About to says 1.2 million Ghana cedis. What Akazi Kasana and Kasem. Etibia 1.2 million Ghana cedis. I was it to credit go for no do keke. Then your point able to mezim kunyimu akrezim. Dial star 500 hash. And now Telecel play up on do. Na fa wonje Telecel too much money promo imu. Insisai kakra da ho.
Telecel connecting energies.
Akrazi enele fu onsa shase. Wakaritas Lotto platform no do.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land, it's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
Kastle 90.3 FM to Robert Mensah Sports. Now there's tomorrow. It's 53 minutes past 7. Osman.
Yeah, Miss Ruby.
Me mau 17 minutes. Why? enti manage why o say
ebi wo mo pa stories no do
ai ba ya manage ni kakaka wa say be hwe GF for no so asem nti no abo
of
course abo 54 nti no yanko yenim komo yembobo so
yes ye be yen man
yen kan yi akata kese na afemfa de aka no fanto aso
say Barcelona yeze hu komo na AC Milan so yeze hu komo but end that Arsenal game no yes obi o hwe bibia no e be enjoy wo hu. It's a very wonderful goal and Papi Mensah or share no
center circle wasn't a foul.
No a foul. But all your scaling no suban. Sometimes no a player who awareness no and all my proper plan open a busket nasem. Place before about your ball was scan around on him the environment no. Into Bobby or Honomana able hold on to. A bishop Honomana born what pass him no a pier as a man for Kuno's mobile. Now I recycle born now. But around you, no players about 3 or 4. And then I was around the woman. Then agent of born do a put a coaching against PSG. And yes, several instances of honor. A year against Real Madrid no offer. And that is one of your attributes. But the moment able to damage stage will be anytime I make sure there. Bono a run lose ball because the moment able lose ball no, you will cost your team. And then the big question of honor now matter so to no I'm a wonderful goal. She be no to mojina. Na IQ vision. They keep on a point no. But man passing ko baby, but man bomb for keep on do. And I share very good goal on him. And that is one thing I owe you on him. But the problems I realize about this Arsenal team no. Ruby Skelly, my can ask him a hadi. But me friend the back for now boy no on any day be and place in our way fitter. One mo be be and Warren start boarding from my Arsenal. Interbasha Jacob Kivi a very wonderful player. But Gabriel your fitter, Gabriel definitely will start. Ben White and Sujin team but because of the last game injury no no. They are trying to manage boy, while starting training do. But no soon spoil a good player. When you had more game time no. Now I wanna work on him. What I made for Ruby, I watch Arsenal game since I started the preseason no. You realize one thing. The last time I came one day, Thomas Partey, man was in my Arsenal team no. He allowed the other players to enjoy their game. But if this is how we are going to see her, no God for instance, only that my vision and the eye for those passes no. So that means that number 10 for the team on any day piano or to more drop with deep babaji ball no that konenim. In the Israel Declan Rice he's being also used as the way Madrid we used Jude Bellingham. It's any time he be able to do the offensive transition where 18-yard box no he is there. It's our number 10 no in Martin Odegaard no anytime any movement piano so you start to ball nefe chira na kwakwa je ball pass no na etum na number 8 man kwacho kwa de medjuma no aka pass ball na akwa akoma in some movement no Odegaard border number 8. Not the Clarence according number 10 for the team. And this is how I would know what shape up or one. But Odegaard the passing ranges will be very poor. And they be the master mimaka. If you look at Cole Palmer, what's they able to do with the ball? Number 10 for now. One one jadu inter or jada on him that's what you obey ye. On you want to release passes, but Yan Genzi on to them or honum. And then I know you hear forward passes. Unfortunately, you to me quite the major mano. Or Hoy and Adrian. The left side of the ring in the Sumpono. Already Mark and Watson. If you are going into a new season with Martinelli, that not your first choice left winger will be trusting me. Well, I'm hoping maybe about to be improve or not competition I fierce. But Martinelli no Ruby me huni ye. Kai Havertz the same problem still now. And that is what is happening. And that Victor Gyökeres been 40 minutes boy. Now it was nothing good to write home about. But just that or in the first game 40 minutes, you are not expecting that much from him. Maybe the subsequent games, you know, you're going to Brentford over 2 now where you know what honum. And that is the summation of how I ended the Arsenal ball, no, or quite or honum. On the other hand, it's Tottenham Hotspur Ruby. You're about now about the Thomas Frank. And then that will be our tape program, and upon McKay. If you know Thomas Frank and the Brentford team now, just have the same mentality, you know, about a corner base your for that, about the Tottenham team, no. In terms of defending, they would always defend in numbers. Up and the attacking phase in so when you're certain players at the major over to Mobaye. This time round only Brian in Buemu. The major Kudus Mohammed and Obotum na Obaye. And that Kudus in terms of all year dribbles no a better not be different on the field of play there or what that must skill set no. But the question in there, Ruby says so bonum na say etcher the mana. Sometimes no would see no progress in terms of a corner for that or move ball no. You slow them down. And that is one thing that not focus against. And Kudu should know when to dribble, when to pass ball in them, when to make sure the deliverables about to now work honum. But up and the other set in Yamani business and our Brent and boys and Bono also enyiwa intended at 63 minutes Kudus Oboy no Obo oye 22 passes no mu 19 no na kwa accurate honom no touches in the attacking phase no 43 times and Brent no otum na oye but ni nyina no in the opposition box no only one pair. And that is one thing a coach Obashana why boy in Wedma. Successful dribbles, no under attempt 5, 2 pair, and Otumoko finish or honum. And after the final passes into the 10, no so Brent no Otumoko 2 or honum. Ne accurate crosses, no, and then about one quart, and a long accurate ones, no, about 2 out of 2. And then a corner no or boy a cribia, Nanka, a Brent often or a Charles maybe no two mojina. He should have scored that goal than to have missed the ball, no. But unfortunately, no. The mono kwe see or honum. But one thing that I make sure ya may pay kudus no in there. Well, West Ham United now will complain about the corner of that defensively, no, not only being fan confirm West Ham for no. But in the what Tottenham team no. In terms of attack, no support the kakra. But Oban on Samson drop unquechi. Not unquote defender. A Benton and Bono or Yazo Tumana Osu Nua. It's no say about Bonabad or Honum. But for me, a Benton often or Papi Sano. Papi Sa, this is a player. On super back for Tottenham to your unsung hero. But in terms of the young boy, the IQ, Jumano, this is the guy for me and numbers in Bono Tumana Osu Nua Honoma. And then I Tottenham for Yaza Wotumna was Asna Honum. And then aside from the players now was starting, Coach Tottenham for one bench, and you will see there, Papa from Thomas Frank. Next season, he really wants to compete. This is a preseason game. About the way to not win your damn arena, and kudos to them. Let's see what happens when you start the season now. Mace Manyama Corner Ozamo, yet Tottenham Hospital Honum. Ruby and Romo, the stories, now Yenzin Komoka Kra. After 12 wonderful years at Oye Manchester City, Papa Wafron Oye Chikri Pakistan ended that Ozi Nejumani now officially Ozabe Ewi Honum. Na papa we ayer kana asem we yen nyina yebaka akaye nwa. This is just the manner with FC Barcelona. Obeba boy manyamotu mo konka no zema oye FC Barcelona. But even before that no, he was a former footballer. Ehwe ne clubs or boy na edwumotu mo oye na. Abaka the wetu emenya da amazing no after ne career no. Just as most of the other players will be area pro into coaching. E be pro father, be pro academy. But I not na hono no start with oye football commentary. And okwa kakra. But fast forward in 2003, and I won Laporta man appointment today. Omba Kabasa team no recruitment now. We team no wakwa koye. And then before Pep Guardiola in 2008, Obe Benya ne appointment today. Oye the first team head coach of FC Barcelona no. And I'm a power and Oye sporting director. And clearly we try to move for you because around that time no, na you who the Barca funo. Wotumo Remo La Masia. Now a cover place him was one bar, what more ye. In Sakara Cut when you mentioned Isaac Quencamu, Giovanni Mu, when you know they were there. Bojan Kirkichimu, Lionel Messimu, they all came to join the team around that time, no. And these were young players, Obebe Shema, what boy, na FC Barcelona to na offer. In 2012, and a pano to na Oja, Nejumano or Honor, FC Barcelona, Jumano on to no year into 2010, no, and Otumo Quay. 2 years later, and I told Brenton Wakwa joining Oye Manchester City or Honum. Into Pep Guardiola moving from Bayern Munich to Manchester City, no. Now Oya Chiki Pakistan, no. Or Shami be Oko missing Pep there. Many more admire the FC Barcelona. Around that time, no. You to me a Champions League a bien or Honum. You dominating Yasim Yina. Eba had is open to Casamana Yababo. Let's come here, bought something formidable that actually was a Bakayan. And a 2012 and no convincing Pep Guardiola there. Ombamba kan wo hodom and say beka ye ho a ne first season and Manchester City wotu mu na kwakwaji one first ever Champions League after 1967-8 wotu mu na woji bi wo hodom. But fast forward no, the rest is history. Say Esha the Predator papa wo wotu mu be ye adwuma, the kind of trophies are wotu mu na waji urban the domestic dominance are wotu mu na why with the Premier League no mu na. It is all about power from Oye Chiki Pakistan. And for me this is football for you. But I say yeah football now. Why do you there? It is only the players now what fold into no taking the carton pen away juma. But you won't coffee about what's in nature. What to now was a shanyama, one I want to watch a huma, one I will make it out with decisions, no. What signing players, what spotted talent, what make sure the what to know what ahead the certain department to be, will make the right appointment, no. Now when you're the right person to help the teams know where juma. and papa we to na wa ba sum honum after winning the trophies when Manchester City were honum in terms of making them a proper brand of football in the world in the Manchester City they are part of the elite clubs and once what you wins in Europe honum the man when it comes to Manchester City producing players and the outside of Manchester City what to na what you wins in a lot of them in the coaches almost have about 5 players they were all trained at Manchester City Academy. Because the other clubs, they're able to do it to Honum. And for me, he's a man obeying Wababasum and wasn't born as you into officially in the Danum. Papa no way the service with Manchester City. Now a new sporting director is coming in. Hugo Vienna from Sporting CP. On be replaced by Powe. Now no so to my Wabet the good feature. What to na work Honum. No, me should be my yambo na bado na after your queen anymore Honum. Last week Saturday, I will take Kastle FM Sports and the Pony Bia and Ruby ebe breaki wa hade there. A brand our friend Lucas Paqueta no. Oyaza after the independent body in what's in the foam no. In the washer shenka ten be biamu no. A brand and way to na wa man dama clearance no. But only the official report and Casano. About that brand no who song about to na wa continue the game no wa kwako ball honum. Yanka can what really happened honum. Abrentano in the course of a game about 2 seasons ago. And now Abrentano could yellow card be. Now okay was it some coffee around the player no. Could bet there. In that particular game no, Abrentano basically 2 yellow cards or honum. And indeed to around that time no, and the man could see what kind of one investigation. That season your boy ye no. Now Manchester City is £80 million was that come West Ham United there. And Kawanjina Lucas Paqueta no. Boy Manchester City na nka wotum na wombo that tells you the level and that boy otum na honum one terrible na better that scandal no wa ba Brentford no City for no watch one who film and since then the play has never been the same even though nobody games was in West Ham United but we be nyamba ya adwen there you other players now once one various clubs in the wobo but those issues in the bay no wo ban one into say play na say nyim de bia wo investigation na say crazy forward Banu Botuna wa kono ozamo. It's about who Sandro Tonali was yet Newcastle. Couple of other players and one of them decision be cause against one of them. It's on all boning in no any team the na mo bona say a team oba catch them there mukotwa bet na mpa anazo muko influence nkofo no wokotwa ya my career no ba some way bi ntino na owo divided attention on him and player na kase so G2 there it really affected him but now yeah that ma clearance no wetum na wa akodo no in fact obotum na wenya wa enjoy in the game no 2 days ago, number kind of West Ham funo was a £30 million was out to sometimes Ruby, obesity, and they make obstacles, challenges. They are all parts of life. Abrabon enyan torting. Says ya we tum na way dama since there was a final couldn't we. Me feel there obotum na now when you am a good mindset to know. Now I enjoy the game, now I want to know. Yambana bado, but when I was a dama allegations no yaki say was 200 no da mon kwafo no obaye one then and I'm not sometimes I me feel about this footballers no every time they play ball hono ma was wa kwa abuse drug also wa ban na wi but wa kwa investigations no na onya no kwa Mamadou Sakho no case no for instance Sir Benjamin Mendy no so rape allegation no to for close to 3 years no on ball but later na okwa wi echi no na Brentford no ho so meanwhile the harm has already been caused. And that is one thing that sometimes affects the players, It's Ruby. That is it about Lucas Paqueta. Transfer stories Kakribina Yanko in him. Young more club our friend Bournemouth. Bournemouth no yenina ya aka ya aja to there. Next season it will be very difficult for them. And only a real ball against Manchester United we in the answer no. Na super complain them there. We are going to see new faces of their players, It's when you can say the invoice is £67 million and also call Real Madrid. Milos Kakes will pay more yet Liverpool honum. I rent our phone or Kepa, no so wako Arsenal honum. In fact, I suppose oko Bolon or honum. And then Mark Travers, no so if you honum oko. Jaden Anthony, no so yaza oko honum. And a Max Aarons, no so Cologne. And a Daniel Jefferson. Some of them they are moving. But I mean you can say the next player about move if you are bomb of team here. I rent our phone or
okay.
A month ago, they started the season come there. Club our friend or PSG no. They want to build a team and want to compete here next season in Europe. You want first 11, that's a question when I will face you what Ruby, I am crying shadow ring in the upper like for like replacement.
Okay.
On commons is now quitting as they stand by the close of the day no. Yeah, but the bomb of France sanction a boy win no. Sikana yet it is somewhere around 80 million pounds. And yet it the dama do no botum no be but sign 5 years of honum. Now we tum na wa konenyim honum. Obakọ club a wofre no oye January honum no. Abrantia center back wofre no oye Connie the Winter. Menu ka say Inter Milan for ko pay more honum. England 2 clubs no once we ko pay more honum a. Once we try one best there, obotum na wa sign the center back way. It's Abrantia for no Connie the Winter no. Ono be replace oye Ilya Zabrenyo, all things being equal. Into what should Abrantia obotum na wa sign if January no. Na wa baba join the team a for no ye Bournemouth wo honum. Na Yoni Risa no so wa catch Brentford there. At this juncture no now you end up about Champions League football. Into Connie Biado no upon one chow. Newcastle Sky was the brand. Watch when you want to cast a view.
Hey,
no one to
know also free Brentford ho.
Yes, also free Brentford. Oh. So Newcastle kwana about them more and you hono. Because it's Isaac and said I who makes more basic, but baby actually Isaac no bako. International Isaac no bako na. That means that you hono mono they will need a player. Okay. In the work called Benjamin Sesko, no some putting development aba. Either he favors moving to Manchester United. It's in the so also call hono mona. That game time no he can be assured. It will catch Brentford from there. Upon one chawa ne Caribbean we do no Champions League na so poporo tum na obobi wo honom ti wonjan na no so ontum na onkonanyi mo honom ande da yabaka magui ne story wa hade na oyaza no pa we confirmation aba Sunderland funya Brentford no on a season long loan from Chelsea honom. Yes, no option to buy. Okay. Okobo just 1 season pay or honom so owi to me see then no so yabo but ne salary ne say oyaza Southampton fu no ana obetu sika ne yanta Brentford no Obakobo Zama club our friend or Sunderland or Hono. Now Chelsea one Chelsea for one can but wait me on your first team addition. Okay. And I will buy but you was the flash about Kakra. Only impartial to Bono Cologne was Strasbourg going be. No we could game time and that's that bring to offer for 40 million pounds. 50 a more one. This is the modus operandi of Chelsea. I want to more year in the most to Honum. Manchester City now they are thinking about outgoings, you know. It's in a lot of the youngsters, you know. Baby also was wanted that Fakwa offer also on your budget. And apart way, I can confirm to you there, Nico O'Reilly. Last year, you be part 20 years of age. In the Bayern 04 Leverkusen was 2 bits and I was a quiet honum. Nina and Manchester City were to not why rejected deal Nina there. Sika some na wasn't but no. When you are shut down, in fact, one would have rented that Chibino about to know our Manchester City. Until they want to offer him a new contract. Now boy in way to know sign a new long-term contract with Manchester City. No mom shall put okwa or ye loan na. So boy na put okwa obeja no mo wako. But on the money a Brentford no obamo aka squad no ho. Na we tum na wabo. Inti deal na oye Leverkusen ze bay no. Wa reject ho no ma Brentford was on tina na ontum na ombo. Na Victor Reis Sabaka January no was sign boy way from the Brazilian league from oye Palmeiras. And obebo join the team no. But in the Manchester City now Brentford way no or a good player until I turn to the bench on the meeting no. What probably that means no. In the encore another parents club of Manchester City, another sister club of Manchester City. That is Girona. Okay. Now ball a season long loan. Now offer woman who up into the European matches no. So that by next season no. Now Brentford no why ready for Manchester City or Honum. Now what's it on Claudio Echeverri. Now watch the one being in Obako hero na one. Now I quack boka credit in Manchester City. I want to know so if you were back. Now Ruby a month ago and I'm back there Denzel Dumfries. No contract no yaza interfone what this me there. In the Obi put our sign the play in the band before 1st August no. A quote 25 million euros about to my sign the player no. But unfortunately the club bia went to na wanko. But in the 1st August no say a club na say product was sign a Brentford na. Equa Interphone can quote any price for you. But they are still open. There's a 1 year possible suitors they would want to trade a Brentford from your dancer drum fees no. Now I call yet FC Barcelona. And can 1 year or this player now. Can go to na more the right back honum. But so far nation wants a Kasam Nazina on Shadaron Kwe. In fact, in principle, no one Laporta catcher in there. They are not expecting any new income is built. Yeah. So that means the Barca chapter no. I shall we close our Brentford if another team qua no so be another one able to na ebe share. Now Joao Palio to Tottenham Hotspur. Another interesting one and also on a power or Boba. This is a player 2 seasons ago at Fulham. Now clubs in nature but Manchester United. They wanted to sign this player. But all moving on now called Bayern Munich no. for a huge amount of money. When you be now you couldn't compete.
Okay.
But since Tottenham what to work just some one day peno and we convince boy we are waja to me now Baba join his Tottenham for now wakwakobo was a loan deal and all Baba but we na so pada was sign a Brentford now or 30 million euros no and I was out to a Brentford no na salary no a Tottenham for no and a obetia in the expected a boy no by the close of the day no or pay more London. Now I can't medicals. I'm a Tottenham Hospital.
All right, Osman. Oh, my name. What the Donnarumma case? No, I could say Man United.
Donnarumma the case, still now no. PSG catch a boy in the day.
Okay.
So one sign a new contract. Next season on the pole.
Hey.
Yes. Anything what the Lucas Chevalier was in Albano.
Almost one sign extension.
What can 1 year?
One sign on Nebi.
On that. Waka chen either the uncle pen new club and brand.
Okay.
Now uncle. And I should not renew no contract, They want to learn from the mistake I was with Kylian Mbappe. It's this is the situation I want them to boy. I don't know what is wrong.
They are not willing to sell, right?
No, they are willing as it stands now.
Okay, PSG for some.
So work 1 year.
Okay.
So extend the contract. Play not returning and I say, Kasemi no problem.
Okay.
What's the scope of and they want to pay? Boy then come up here. Uncle say, by information you're picking in there. Also, I know the boy season here, no. Now you have players, contenders for Ballon d'Or now.
Your money didn't count.
Money didn't count. No, club no, they don't appreciate Nejuma Oye or no.
Okay.
But it's Oye football.
Okay.
But in the club now communicate action. So already signed it is a new goalkeeper you see.
Okay.
The new goalkeeper but start next season. Not what na bench. The next season.
But so be discovered the on baton. Okay. The Sesco Newcastle name man you want this year.
Manchester United assistants now.
Sesco dear.
Yes, boy is in the West Ham United there. He wants to join the project in the NFL. Ejuma Ruben Amorim Washington or NFL. Into Newcastle from Ruby. Problem say you are doors Amon. Into Mobile in the able no. Now boy na join the Manchester United. Into the United from boy, We're convincing that what started the transfer is impono. Not what can one plans one day. So over signing any striker yeah. No, a first choice striker over signing.
Okay.
And the guy is convinced there. United no nya oboko hono. Into no see about shame is small but consider me kese kasem no. 75 million euros or a fixed fee ebeko to plus add-ons no come no. And when about between club to club and how Manchester United will get the player.
Okay.
But as it stands now, the player favors moving to Manchester United than Newcastle.
And I Ghana to the so yet.
Chelsea nah. Chelsea so nyaboter. Now one sign is now we are about 20 players in be. What to be we are about squad no akwakobo. All
right, Yamfa transfer ni si am much na ya ba Saturday anopa and come out work e chere bet me e dey ato awo so yemrefie yemeto a conversation so ha.
The real sports is here.
It's caught in no man's land. It's Marley.
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
It's 17 minutes past 8 on Kastle 90.3 FM. Robert Mensah Sports. And yeah, there's someone game park chop adama. And yedi eye enkomo game park chop say but madia kai say numbers 1 to 36 no ube you dia ba ko na diska kitwa bia pushi na draw ni mu draw ne ba so na wo number no eba abontia wo sika no ye bon ho amount 26 to 30 times amonya sika enso no atumi edi but madia na hye ne so mame na wo so eba madia di agro ni bi ne pesika ni bi efa egu eye wo boto mu bo star 946 hash star 946 hash unya bo pebanya kwanya enso so etumi edi agro no bi wo pe car edi etu kwan a Kastle transport se bra be rent bi wa ha wo betumi enya cars ni bi etumi rent e wo Kastle transport hanum say car be na pe edi edi dwuma bus na wo pe car kuma na wo pe mo de tu kwan akwa hefa be bia person de ko bia no ba e flexible terms edi ma wa benya cars ni bi enso etumi rent ba ma de na hye ne so se obeba kastlefm hanafo ni panyifo etumi aba be di enkomo anase frɛ 0244 406 500 and now 0552 490 241 ofra mpanyifo ebe to me and so ajewo so ewo ho yamfa eye local stories no emfa ento awo so many kind to dwan en rada enei Ghana league no yate asem dem na me ado Ghana Premier League next season no yeba ababetwa ewo eye a local channel so na ne nyina no edi say nei production team were from Adesa Production Limited. manya na ntia say no be pie mo krom anu mo a wo mo na eye in charge a mo twa certain programs bi to say eye date rush mo the sharks mo Ghana's most beautiful and afraid one of that one e ka ho about 4 eye production e na mo na o mo twa na kama nei wo mo na aba je Ghana league ni say o mo betwa etwa ni ye e de amaye nenra wo launch na se no partnership no said the empanyfo announce say partnership no ho enkomo no eni.
Officially, we launched the partnership between APL and HMF.
And no partnership no officially launched. Kama ora keto kreku kasa wa siasa no kwasem ni. Ni disampa ena aba ede ama my Ghana ne ye start league no a clubs no ye osika ye try that one man be start ede aboabo am ho.
I'm saying that before the start of the season, each one of you will receive $1 million Ghana cedis.
Eno ya nsema rocket ESO Kraku ade to dwa ewo ho na ade honorable Kofi Adams Minister for Sports and Recreation be pias yo se ampa semidie eye ne gisem ede ma eye o man Ghana yen Premier League no.
This is not only the unveiling of a new process but the beginning of a new era for football in our country. When I assumed this portfolio, I made a clear commitment that we must evolve beyond government-dependent models of funding and begin to leverage on the strength of the private sector to grow our sporting institutions.
And the Honorable Sports Minister, Eno Chemse, hope say nei broadcast partnership no ebe to make a new era. And so ede amane private partnerships ahodo no so no efe no ensa etumi akabi behwe video ye the state of Baba Yara Sports Stadium me pa cho pitch no eso nyina hi enti we Baba ya bo Africa honom we ebeda pa na Africa bo FKK ha pitch ni enra am ko pitch ni o Baba Yara pitch no sene etie e na eda Facebook no na NS boss ora eye ya ampofankra e kan say no kwasem ni Baba Yara no enyina you kra.
The issue obviously is long term. You know, we've been doing short term, you know, back and forth. Long term, what can be done to ensure that not just that portion of the stadium, but the entire stadium is brought up to scratch. And for now, the idea is to have a comprehensive revamp after the qualifiers. However, if anything changes between now and then, it will definitely be communicated to all of us.
Baba Yara State nenye no kwasem no after qualifiers no say omo ye bibia foforo ya so ho ache I was say ni nyina kama na siesie ne dimu ye edema o my Ghana no yansema NS boss Ryan Pofan so no media to dwa please ladies ebeja Ghana na mu the CAF Champions League but before that no also about wafu zombi now the qualifier no ma start wo pre-season no a enye fedi agrokra ntukopie mu ewo ewutu eye Wenten Senior High School a park ebreku ho na nemu ko mapie mu ho no mu a omo prepare Augustia na ye start eye wafu AB no wafu tournament na ewo eye Ivory Coast enti no eye police ladies for so ho boabo a omo so eye no na mede ho nsem no de atudwa ama ye tiefo ewo dwumade ne so na ye kan eye Africa school games ewo Algeria ho asem na Ghana wo eye 4 medal na nyina ye bronze enra Moslana ama eye krama woni kwaku eye Rahel wamatumi abomode de Nigeria for no sunkunim ewo girls badminton doubles ni mama Ghana yenya first gold medal entine yenya 5 medals abakuye gold badminton doubles no girls no nene Rahel ene eye ama krama omaka bomu a omaje ede ama o my Ghana enso ewo Algeria abontene so yeni nkomo ewo eye local stories no emu FKK yen hye nkomo no ase mma osima no be se edumienu ko edunum so yeni nkomo.
Yeah, I didn't say no. Yet a good news, and Ghana Premier League, you know, obviously, they are said the last of Fred Achimwa Kasa, say almost to train Komo, and Osha, a people say they TV3 for Ghana Premier League next season, and now to say behind it, they're not more didn't come up, but as you say, no more drew stage now. Ometi me confirm it there, and this time around, we said, I say Tiki will be by surprise. And say, I say, Omoncha the new be near Ibia, and ya fina, ya DB Bible to just say, China base, I mean, Yatia night the drop. And so, with someone call for ocean penny for dignitaries, I hold copium politicians, now the ruling government. And we share a yes, company ya omoba ai wo hwe ba bi omo chifia we change bia ni hu de ntia ye hu chief of staff wo ho nti se winim sa company no ba bia ni chifia e ma no enyo won and obviously amoso na tia ba no so nti no was invitation no ekọ na entimi at least you invite omunya no mo embre bi but you say this current government now boa. If you ask me, make us some more partner.
Yes.
Ibia chinyebia ni hu. I say your moa na omo aboa Premier League, you know. Yen so yenya sponsorship to media man. And who said the woman say Osha, in fact, last time, Beth Power is saying, she said that time, true former sports minister, Mustafa.
You see,
only broadcast idea, no so timid, no influence you almost with timid. But a bit by bit, I think, say, or more from the Intina, I know movies here, can you cast F, you know, so more F flexible, no more open up,
you get the hell.
Why not? Help, remember. But I say, bibia no yenja ma wo na nkwa na obetimi nkwa na nim ye obi abekere na adwena now to man left right center I think say be hard say this time around money politicians no corner crana because politicians dey omuntimi inform afifa nkwa nti saa na beba and many age home and also the other thing is that we locally manufactured thing we say Omo ahano and Oshompa just 2014 and almost in terms of that a production
no
that
of course
production
production
for
of course
telecast
programs 2014 so I said the date rush GMB the Sharks and one other show can we have 4 shows and omo production producing and what me say marketing or side programs no omo good let's look at the programs no
omo strong and only idea here me there say nay for now yensu yenya Ghanaian based company or you willing so I didn't say the company yeah attractive for your others for outsiders now it should be attractive for more within or more Ghana no and only the me there and also overcast say 100 million for clubs obviously my friend say for a start because we are telecast games now yeah baby it means 1 million no for clubs no almost sabeka nemum ne bia wow games ne be bibire na so mo ko no to say the Premier League you know and others no no sa kakra bit by bit wow games ne be no do because last season say Kotokone has games no omu yi pa ndi say sa na ekwa dia as games no ye yi na ekoye nim no dodo na wo so ye betel Kastle dia no be sure say sika bi su be free maba so I believe say o kan ni na aboma omo ayade wo hwe ye maame afiefa mfojo manager yes obe kasa ye no chirichirim say omo ye wole na me dia me fe ni say omo akase production no omo be no which is the gadgets be mainly cameras
no
also omo the quality ones and ebe nti omo ba beton quality games
na dia maye
and nti na eno aye shase kan say of course I hope clarity standing one there or say omo selective with a venues no so one show ya na venues bi on ma ya nche da any games bebre ho ti so sha say so omo ba bi at and obviously omo good facility ebia omo be adopt Aliu Mahama said state ni okay a ye betwa omo games ebia baba nyara ene ho nsem no eba Legon Accra nso so tie bia this few ene bia bibia ni go stars
yeah of course yeah dance park and so
Nations FC
yeah Dr. Kwame Chase
Samantes we tie bia baby ba ku mienu miensa bi ho no ma o metimi atwa nti I think that this deal here, at least for the first time, you give it to them. And I make say a Ghanaian company. Why willing so bet you 18 million Ghana cedis. 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million. And yet 1 million say 100 cedis as 1 million Ghana cedis. This Ghana say 10 billion. 10 billion baku do what and son ye ba best start game no. Na ye diama a clubs. So clubs no owners no administrators no when your money e dia ba say mfanko any investment beyond and I say outside the football ya mfa ma mo say mfanko to mu V8 obi su ya ba ni say afi no mo nkwan be de omo nkwan mu nya adwane nkwan mu omo ayase nkwan oh afi na for e ko fa side chicks akese ene nyoma akese ohun ti enye no ti na di sika na ma mo ye de mo say omo fan ball mo clubs no ho ebra enti de kan players no omo yiedie coaches eyiedie nei ebi krampo na se woni team doctor sikaya ba hwe na obetimi afa bi se nursing anase nurses fo bi na be employ mo a fa bi ba be she team no
mo brand team no kama quality basis
swat ase
FA president also each league club will receive a disbursement of 1 million before the start of the new season. This is not a grant. This is not a number. It is a commitment to the club transformation. It is an investment in performance, in visibility, in the business of football. It's the difference between delayed salaries and timely payment, between outdated medical rooms and fully equipped health centers, between empty stands and vibrant media-ready stadiums.
Sure.
Kasa.
Thank you.
Kasa no wakan go.
Said omode buy no clubs no kasa check clubs no.
When force who say ban here ne kan there easy. And obvious say omunya bibia ebeda ho ebekire ekwan omofa so nyu sika no no da ho but don be ya na there should be sa enforcement no omo make sure so be regulate omo de bia no on be alert omo ahu sa ampa say yen dan sorry meti say club bi adi ni players ka 3 months 4 months da bi say sika e was say etimi ko a long way
and say you took kwa ko Premier League ni full and you tumi nko way
e was say e ko akiri that etimi
how do you for pa mo wasre pa
oh they etimi kokko bo mo ti
all right
this time around here
and it just sama ba ye mo sama F
no for me kasi pa say mi reti a
okay
me reti adisa production limited omo befa percentage ni kese pa say omo ye willing enough omo anhwe de ye ball no sitie ye state no esitie na omo anka se da bi ye nye anase mpo ade na ye biara ntu de so na enso ye ntua sika biara emfa ma omo un say we compare so we can nyina bom na so we compare to even the Tanzanians in the crap now we are not there yet but a nil zero and omo atimi enya sa hotoso ne say so pepa ne say yemfa we ensha se ne mfa I think say eya ne sa enya say eya kura yetimi enya better but say wo sha se na onya we last season the games from we yi no kwa YouTubers ene enkofo bi e wo Facebook no omu yi ni basa ma enti so obi ba na so ba yi amaye wa guarantee yen say on be my quality pictures enti no ba na so side sika kan ho de amaya I feel say anza enti kese pa no be ba e be kwa amom sa so na kese e be kwa ma aban no yes media medical minim say unim be bia campaign
of course oh enemy
get it yeah the kese so mo part through the sports minister and also the presidency because me ka presidency on chief of staff
wow
no answer na instrumental to this enti kese no ma mansa na efe no so no omo de omo ye yi omo ye hwesofo
won so wa bra won ho ase
na wo bra ho ase wo bi
Ugobi. Wabra was because I would have abandoned by no. In fact, every government be an if and most at times they get to the corridors of government and Kasa and they get some of these deals, you know. But will be FK trend for you and me feel that one it is very important. About to na a scam will be okay. But scam to waste is about to my mobile scada Jeff or bra. But there was cano or the buyer DBA on for the investment in home. I quite remember some 5 seasons ago. And a Spanish La Liga from the start there was in command the league no or your fair but skin into what I copy loan. Now was our black clubs, you know, CVC, say close to 2.5 billion. The Miss Cana watch what my clubs, you know. Spanish football federation, the La Liga organizers, you know, they told the club how they are supposed to use the money into players transfer being come urban research and in transformation. What I tell one you now come back for that scandal. As a coward, the Miss Cana come to the coach. Debbie. That be what put away improve the game, no. Sure. Into question you be saying there, and some market or create quabe bodun you know. Now they are talking about the stadium. Aye. Because it should be friendly for supporters that one one much born that spectacle no. So can you go into that aspect, you know? Okay. Dressing rooms. How many scar you know about how much quality dress before the game? Near for cameras make you travel dressing room. The player salary, that is the most important thing. Ruby, trust me. Say I share the wages now. It be more different. 1 million into Kotoko to folk no. Or yes, yes, but for some other clubs, it be not. Some of the music way now. A boost one power on them. But about question be a club no poses players in because. And come me say manada ma adwene mu a nka for no tweska kakra bi mfon to hono ya but today be a 2 months 3 months one to place bi kawa FN would intervene because our club needs cannot out to FN in check so that makes my bank be a one minimum required capital no or the hono to work central bank e benye da musika ni be da bon ho bra to the musika nko the FN in check and 2 months place na call 3 months 4 months the moment a complaints baba pe FN you step in na kwekotua e kwa brocha what's for administration. Okay. Some of these things we need to incorporate it in our game. Okay. How do we enforce that the music is our clubs no? We better do a football club. And yet, better players no. My democano, sika by this car mamu teams. Next time, I'm starting your FIA preparation. 1 month, you mokana mamu ko pre-season. Muntie ni pa. Mamu ko scanner ba mamu ko FKK. I'm clear my.
Eho no. So we do omati.
Mati. Mama say announcement ni bi.
Oh say. Ai. We nya konkonsa.
Anya konkonsa announcement am here. Sikara mamu ko pre-season no.
We open secret. Omo ahwe to omo ya aware until no excuse from air club owners and administrators no. I think say ye nwie sa because wo hwa ade abako edi telecast nya and say companies no broadcasters no Atebri eye omo machines omo nyoma diako na ye kwa akotwa games na supporters ni bi se me ntwa se hwan na mo mutumi se hwan na show mo kutupan so mo ko na mo prevent telecasters ni se mo enkonko telecast ye games no me ye sure se the ade isi ba ni de the only thing returns ye de be mo no se ye be sa nyoma no ye njai we mpo ye mbo efi ni kan kire efi supporters no team owners no administrators no omo hihye kire no omo hyenkofo bi munkosi omo kwan ye pe bibia ye pese ye chinchim obi nsa enti ye mma kwan ma ade no enko TV so ema obi ehu no osma word anya osma word sa word mi nyanka me san kura sesem no ye njai enye ni nyina kan obi na game ne sai no ye de ye kura ye tie ye pese ade no ba TV so but they do some about betray my say kwan enya ni bie enti enja sade say obi disika baba behim enti e ono so eye na sede so ba no ba betwa because honom no sika no wan fa meche yo enye philanthropist adwuma no moye enye for free e wo so omo so nya so mfa so enti enja sade no on ani bie abate say yembie mu yenja mo betwa jiro ho prepare ni ama osika no fa prepare team no former players no mundi to omoka on time wo show omo bonus sa draw the omo beje no fa omo win the omo beje home and away mo amu ni makwan mo fa so am be hihye no mo hihye mo ade ba ya sika no te ne fa omo we nyampo se fi beti sika bi ade ama ti na ne can just enforce them sika ne ade ama hu ha wa wo bedi no na mo ade ana me hwe ne se sika no se ni nyina ni ana we question am so the clubs ni benya nyina in fact sika no mpo no eye sen e na ba ya mpo clubs no mu nya sa eye 1 million no omo to bibi din sa ti dey be a transparency accountability
clubs no am the bachelor wo
accountability there is now the bachelor ma so mo be kan kire nyina na e say ye ba ye bo ma ba so no ti ka bia sika sei e na APM adisa for no e dey ma ye na ye sha ase no and design ye kan no participation fee no say e na obia age ye wia e bia ma me hu say can say be by of position and all that but one shut down to sika bia ni so it means say sika bi betimi aba
you also going for a position na obedi no also scour ho
say na e be chiri say na e be chiri in this kan nyina so say what there and no be adatin na ye be ka but na nka hu be hia say sika sei ana nkofo no de ba for all na mom ne ye sha ase no say ne adi mo bia then ye ko yanim so no say na obia betimi anya then na ya de na why ni but those will enteki bibia so from them say ya this aba so body no be mo mti e honom ne hia me pa because ye hu ne mpre bebre say e ya na supporters no be venue bi wono mo kwa omo pe omo boni adinti no na omo ACC kwan say ye ma ye nkonko yi game no emfa enkyere e ba ne sa me ye sure so omo di omo sika ba be shim no in fact you better disappoint omo pa me nya sure say e pese do sa bre no bi
all right okay
okay
Ruby I want to be no sometimes me feel there nya na yama clubs why nyama bi and that is the AFA that I'm talking about no say na AFA boss suma broadcaster don ko be nkotwe matches so hono na club no so arem pen me mpaku no nkotwe match ye ko wie china da masam ye kan den punishment not then how deterring is it today aba ma obi so obo stroke the next time no so ron konkwa the match ni bi but also na so obi ni see no e kan different obi so no si bie wa ya kan ba sa bi wo honom and sometimes the clubs also feel there na board e botwe mpo no board no ba TV da ordinary kama kopak makwa kwhwe a obatina fi no wa hwe no wo TV do so if that is the case something must give
okay
in TV right as man can kinta wanka where you more matches with TV no you reach it kana you should get more money but you come at this can yet and pet just like that okomanda no so wadwin
all right
even a year king in order to get that more beautiful pictures and then videos no obey bia no obey selected stadiums if you take it that way now that means there are certain clubs will come out there they would benefit because the facility not to them anytime you banya no ho ayema on some factor but critically to say hwemu so across board now will be yes e bia na facility in shada that's good but so far this is actually almost all the venues in nyina na abaka the to yan standard no at least on shada anya bad them the moment as enhance we kakra bi kan ho na obi an ze botum na wa ba TV do ma abaka yen pictures na azu no which is important but the production aspect in so no how accessible are we going to get those videos on the others, especially for the clubs, because abofu wonzi, you the Chelsea full, Arsenal full, Real Madrid full, one dressing rooms nazi, one akase wo tumo promote one games more ye.
Okay.
Sometimes from the broadcasters, and also the one akase wo media department.
And because
social media is kind of especially YouTube. So clubs one corner so. All right.
Yeah. If you benya be here TV so no na ye de ye ni age e wo ho FKK.
Yeah.
Anti enko ye ni mai ye be twa de be free ma be enko ye ni.
Ye be team Ghana ba so.
Say
omunya
na
America. Sampa ye nya eye
bronze 4.
But at least ye nya gold bi e ba be hye me be ma ye mu ayedu. And ye be boy ye team na ba so for say omo team aboa ma ye wini ye first gold. We are girls, right?
Badminton or doubles.
Badminton, yes. Until ni na no sa lesser
known sports
no. No ana wini team ye de mind. Ti e be ball mo aba so. But o hwe ye NS so a.
Baba Yara State.
Man dey say akasa e den.
Hey. So ko no go start the bomb game si we. Baba Yara pa na apasa no.
Sometimes that ya bobo no ya bobo. That we Baba Yara just season ye ko awie ache enche you. No more games so now we are cross center schools no more use no more do games na ko said yes ya dry
hey Osman any o Baba Yara State ni
yes
sack ko
and e bi mo kwa o deserve say chi omo ye do omo ko gina court na omo yiye nsem bia no say hwe stadium stadium a Black Stars bo game was so grade A games ye bo so hwe de aye dry awukra chesa say omo de ya befuo and twe wa wonti ase say obi ti kromwa ono ehwe saa de yi so atena hɔ ama na yɛ sei bosome so a ogye akatua na ɔte hɔ hwɛ na ɛne dɛ na onyankopɔn ntua ɔka sɛ deɛ bɛka so a and people are not working and ɔmo to afɔ mo ho deɛ ɛna ha adwen
safo dokuma ɔmo yɛ program safo dokuma kɔ aseɛ honestly kɔlɔkɔfo ani abere
pa ɛsɛ deɛ na ɔsɔ ɔmo de ɔmo ho
di kɔlɔkɔ ani abere
no ana ɔmo kan ɔmo deɛ na ɛsɛ na kɔ sure
bɔkɔ africa na matches bɔ na sɛ damna ni stadium wakɔ akɔyɛ a preparation bɛ na ɛbɛyɛ bɛnya the quality picture it's a calf team no ba ɔbɛyɛ inspection a ɛbɛnya na ɛsɛ akyerɛ you cannot get
this is a temporary ɔmo
ɛkaya mpɔfo akora paa ɛkɔ no nko ankɔm bɛtum
ɔmbɛtum ayi
ɔmbɛtum na nkɔma hyɛ yɛ adwuma no for a long time but sɛ deɛ ɛsi akɔ yɛ nso so no
kɔtɔkɔtɔ pɛ
nti a ɔmanage ne nsɛm sɛ ɔmbɛhyɛ aseɛ firi baabi ebia baabi ɔmbɛtumi di
abɔ qualifies no
yes ɔmo qualify wi a nti na ɔka sɛ biribiara bɛtumi asi sɛ biribi ba sɛ kyinkyini a wɔsɔ ɔmo tum na ɔmo yɛ a ɔsɔ ɔmo tum na ɔmo yɛ
but for me I blame him to be honest ɔba yɛ nkyɛre but ɔba ehwɛ Accra Sports Stadium before any people ɔba visit government no now Accra Sports was inside come a pitch no
why in the camera I know my the camera
and every maintain Accra Sports in the pitch no it is doing better your boss season every na MPP no wa abon mu
Debbie no
yes
your board every
your board Ghana Premier League every no
oh every this year yeah to abandon last year
so for the last year some America no last year na pitch no good you all know the pitch has never been good but na say actually the quality of the pitch no nye pictures aye hu na no as bad
I say.
But since I mean, for the past by 7 months to 6 months.
Okay, 6 months in Pony. That's why League this year, yo. League May,
yes.
April, yes, May, June, July. I guess 2 months in it, just 3 months in the pitch. 3 months.
What one cash?
Baba, 3 months. I say
nobody supervises any person. All right. So that's not say and son finish the pictures about out able complain. You are the boss. By this time, you should be questioning or be in charge of the NAC Washanti region. Because the reason why pitch no work acquire them. Now, Kabaris can flex or mazel the I will the appointing authority. No, you do something about it. But we about to me, I can say be one.
All right, that's one. My fancy.
Just bad. And Juma also. Juma was so papa. Say now this sports minister Koko hey. And no more yes, or more call no more copy fund, no more the ababa bear, and no more call your mamba be my fee. But the same, you money a day, and my canon so a bear can say. Oh, for me, less than just 2 months.
2 months.
No more shabby. I bought more prelims, no. Yes, so be pick you.
I have almost a pick here. Mama for course net here for Emra Subi 0244 408046 0244 408046 and 0244 408354 0244 408354 Radio Hotel Club Adama and Amefa calls no. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my darling Miss Ruby.
Me pacho
I tell you, Ruby, yeah.
Ruby. Aye, BY.
Are you Ruby?
Why?
Why? Okay. Good. What you say?
Me ho ye pa.
If you know what ya keke.
Me da say. Yeti no pa yakoyanim, yeah.
Yo. Okay, this is the kind of investment we want in our league. And Usha NDC government as and
this government.
It was their priority in the campaign. They were talking about how to invest in the Premier League and the clubs as well. It's a step in a good direction.
Sure.
Now, today it's still some IMF or more. Your friend is or more the best friend is canon. The same in Fama. To make sure they are using the money on the right direction. Now, this is the risk cutting in the Premier League. So, I say, also, there is all you say. To say, more canoe. To say, who do Uber Stadium, because the moment and so
okay, hello, good morning.
My name is Ruby.
Evans.
Yeah,
Evans, it's you.
Miss Ruby, my friend was a 3 years Also discuss better.
Ghana Premier League ma e twa no krom ha ya e twa no ha ya
Oh, you there na see the waiting na when you bibi na other boss support them. Oh there you have to say ya na ya ya the bonus on and up to you damo. The winner a cow the bobo finalex na. Oh you the winner the list na the bobo ka kan. Oh we don't know so the but between while survival on that. Na Miss Ubi. And yeah a massive postage in the winner university there.
Yeah. Oh.
It's Ghana. And I usually be thinking Ghana. In fact, we two we are the year to be no last side. We are the last side. No, the one we this is a Kastle FM or the only the cake with our pampa. This is I other would jump over and because for today we do.
Meda say Evans, Meda say 0244 408046 0244 408354. Pachoba na wa ye ntientem na foforo so aba so bi me nka nya me aba obi so credit nti na ya mpese ye ntentem na obi so ba so bi nka metima ma be 2 minutes but obi so credit share gu nti na wate ase sa. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Abba Miss.
Inshallah the taxi driver ni.
Abba Miss, share the taxi driver.
Okay.
Mensah. Happy Premier. But we see get to my idea that they train. Good is good happened to target. I didn't see where they Chelsea. Oh, Daddy. Osman, what you know, on penny, second ever the Premier League. Oh, wonderful. Hi.
Okay, see me that say hello, good morning.
Miss Ruby.
Reverend.
Yes,
yeah, that's
Miss Ruby. I'm a play. Abu de will be many ajum for Munkoso boss adu here. What about the situation for now? Can I talk Musoma? Omuri cho monu spelelo. Mugbo udewo. No place in bread. Nobody spending in them top bani restaurant. Yan just adiano. Munkoso boss adu with my pa. Because if this is come, I haven't bought it again. Chairman say, in phone bani cho magis kana. Normally, it's going to show me the president of bread. I say, you ever said, after so Ghana football, you ever said, there seems to be no one in Japan, you're president. You know, Korea, you're in the league. We are the football. You ever said,
all right, Medasa Reverend. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby Adam.
Aquarium organizer.
And I told you, I will go free now. Miss Ruby, I mean, this year, there will be a Macagari Master. Miss Ruby, you have pitch here, this year, there will be a yesterday, Nadi. But I was waiting, Miss Ruby, and I pronounce
oh, aquarium. Oh, that be network, you know. Aquarium Sabra. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Honorable Jaru.
Yeah, Miss Ruby.
Honorable Yetio.
Bosha Ganema, airport is not safe. Yeah. Mr. Kabu said you will start Nankoda Kabia when I was in stadium because one gets a wasn't in the Madi group number one to the mayor, not Miss of Madi, and Sabuno, then they emit the year as an team of my for me. Who would have said that? Because a entity, wife Massy in CCC, I must have them by a card, and Mrs. Massy made a new woman. If it was the Miss Ruby, it's a kind simple. You cannot be employed and all your way now. If you not the man who is one, I don't know. I could see for now. It just goes so bad, no be because of politics.
Medase, but I cried, you know, NPP for started renovation, if you want to know, and yeah, politics now. More than paying for no more than on one, or more entry at the end in year. Hello, good morning.
Miss Obi.
Baboski.
Miss Obi.
Baboski, it's you.
Came here, I didn't say, and I had a bobo abado. And then the friend, Jaru Obe, Wambaka, Curtin Assam. Because, but Ojabi, we on Yimpa, can we sumpa or yitch in the face?
Sure.
Bobo about the day. on quarter the man in the middle wash I say the Akasababa. Now Miss Ruby, and yeah, Baba last sports stadium yan woman kotoko which me bia.
Wow.
A bit more what it's one gum. You kind of man can. On what it's been mugum. Now I am a yard that's I started a foreign now I'm a Osman time and I say yeah but Ghana look at story was one year papa be bini stadiums you all gonna hang na papa be alone. Now I made a command quan and I'm hearing and one pana yes so be good. Yeah, na yen hu de your beach soccer boom. I'm going to
say hello, good morning. Me ba chodin baby or free and free.
From Nana,
me ba chodin Nana. Be soccer.
This will be for your year to fly the Oma. Yes, and then 10 billion. Why are low more than this? But I have to watch for the division one nobody has in America. You want more than you could do that division one from so.
Division one for no more sponsor that more sponsor.
Okay.
I'm more sponsor. Premier League na any be.
You want to club was mother one book Liga. No other card. What one for this time around? Mama sponsor. When I'm looking better.
Okay. Miss Meda say hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
George nie.
George Maban.
George etio.
I'm for them with them sponsors now about sponsor. I have is kind of them one every season and I wasn't my 1-9.
This season need any I can't want 70 so I'm bet was next season there be share.
Masa Madam Ruby contract for Pebiano. Or no blame there oh go read about press teams where you are there. Scan one every contract them every season there every one 1 million every season there about 1 million just like that na them wanna what the tuna wo movie na following season can scan them one na so also we know am was about and the way number one okay but them 10 million and to keep up for 2 years something like that
for this season yeah one pay preparatory money dem ma wo mo ti na
into the make them one yeah na following season no one can 1 million what them one na that is you know na is my players na one bo won papa first segment when two ma maybe enim Zekov
yeah sure
2010 chase waje EPS Zekov pa ball of boy also we were modeling
okay
then Nigeria guy 2016 also boy Victor Moses
Victor Moses
also players also
me that say all right I'm for hello good morning.
Hello, good morning, Auntie Ruby.
Me pacho din baby free. Me who ye pa.
Oh, free. I just got me free. Akotoche.
Me pacho iti on pay.
Pacho Auntie Ruby. Na ebadi no see. And the kwande. And our government there. What the contact me foreign contractors more share and fruits in mine. Yes, abu yen local ones. Oh yeah, you want. If you bring the ban obey in abuchi ayi na nye won contract kan o ye nti won fa bi mra no won ye ne de bia na nye o to su tu square no won fa on fine nti won hwe mu ka bi okwani mi won ka bi ye hu ye ba ye hu na o ye ngwase do ngwase ye tena to go fuka was saying yo me
that say hello good morning.
Good morning Miss Woody.
Maso Pomanie Nyame adom ya hu ye pa.
Amai kotokoyezi. Mesa kotokofun pe fule. Park no more jo yin na mo mo fe nku be because e ba Africa o fe nku be be attack mo sankai. Park wo yin ne fi ya so wo yin ne fi mo pon ku ba si. Me ya Africa ya kwa yin wa time. Ye ke se de la attack fu ze ba ke no mesa kotokofun pe. Me beska samu suda. Now, what's one more like that? This would be.
I am 1 million now. The preparation for the start of the league, you know.
I mean, 1 million. Because I'm one match. Well, I even put
1 million Ghana cedis. Near can was maybe one pa, maybe one.
What is it? Always get them to do what the more number allows. The list goes down also. And what is it next year? Or what that you want to wear them.
All right. Meda Semen family last caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Me pa chow din baby free.
For this start in China.
Okay, it's you on pay.
Make a 1 million day. For president Kayi. Name and I think I'm the Janka. I stand goes on. One more investment that you only give no on your party.
Okay.
And that makes it most winning and the later players no. Di Maria, Argentina.
Okay.
I know about Argentina.
About Argentina.
What cup could you make now? You know,
okay. All right. Meda say, all right. Aquarium, come here, see, but
Miss Ruby, in a man catching there, Ghana, your purchase, yes, and you will be a good woman, Sassy. Yeah, but come on, some about Ghana, your play your purchase, oh, yeah. Miss Ruby, I don't mean tennis, no hearing. You will be your pet, you will be behind the program, you will be on the program. We can always see you on a penance. I say, you're Ghana, ha, I say, yes, they don't so do. Now, on the penance, I call yes, yeah. We can maintain it in Yam, the China now, what the Monoya. All over my room, being so hard, which one, yesterday. I'm at be that's what I am. I don't be a watching do. We be a come maintenance on here in the
aquarium, Range Royal Hotel, Royal Case Club, Nadama, and in a Yafa air course, no. Faubana when you're 5 to 16 years, no call John Case Club, no. Almost share first Saturday of every month. In Tiami Admochna, Ube Shamenda, Ajo many papa, Range Royal Hotel, Mojo many sunya educational games for Honomo, swimming lessons for Honum, cooking and baking, or music drama, public speaking activities. Better Sudro did the mammo frano into Miss Shelf, Abana John the Case Club on our four. We register my man 2 or more, a mamma 5% discount our home. On by the Omobe D drinks on Banum Museum Banum or 20% discount. I was so etch me at the mouth. My ban register be half yearly membership no air 270 and an annual membership no air 480. But working per session no a 50 Ghana cedis. For further enquiries, call 0312 003 222 and 0501 672 908. Rage Royal Hotel, richly inviting, comfortably yours. Kaise ne ukoto fu ono na oyemu the right amount na amount. Fu ono quality no form and afoko experience. A bad customer service. Your report no efama the National Petroleum Authority for omo able to me assist still. Obe from a home 0302 550 380 0302 550 380 fra omubetumi ajewo so over 48 hours say obe your report no e dey ama NPA 4 mama fan kaibo we in tract one me pa chow obi e dey share ye dey share ba ko ayira eye ne wallet a chese nei document hu hia pa ewo mu ne card ne ade omu a hu hia pentebesho say wani etwa eye wallet bi so a important document cards ahodo ewo mu a Bomadian and Fabra kastlefm manafe Yema was in the Pacro Ensa and Kana Sefre 0591 899 930 0591 899 930 wallet name containing important document cards ahodo jim papa so Bomadian Fabra who here pie best show Fabra Yankopon so in shroud ye papa. Yeah, the West Medin at the Miss Ruby Adams, Osman, NFA, FKK, and